Welcome, dude.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Hell
I've
yeah.
been watching for a little bit. Maddie Mo's been telling me to DM you and get on here, and then my work phone rings and I forget about Airsoft for
Oh,
24
I
hours.
know.
It's just how it goes, man.
That's how it goes, of course. Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you. We just got in. We were at this pumpkin patch with our kids and then their kids, our grandkids.
Mhm.
And so we go around, we're doing all the different things, and then because we got there at like 4:30, right?
Okay.
And now we were the first ones there. My wife and I were the first ones there, so we had to wait for everybody. So it wasn't until almost 6 once we got started going through the because it's a really really big pumpkin patch. They have it's a giant farm. They have all these of course pumpkins, and they have like wheelbarrows, so you go
Okay.
through and pick out all the pumpkins you want, and then you just pay for them at the end. And then so it's really fun for the kids. And then they have it's a giant cornfield. Okay, I mean
Mhm.
it's huge. I don't know how many acres it is, but it's really big. And
Nice.
they have a maze cut through it.
Okay.
And then they have the like hayride, right? This giant
Mm.
wagon pulled by a tractor. I think the wagon holds 50 people, and
Okay.
so it's and the wagon ride is really long. I mean, it's
Mm.
like a good 30 minutes through
Damn.
the woods. So it was getting dark when we were waiting for the wagon, and there was a long line for the wagon. So I was like, "Damn, I don't think I'm gonna make it back in time." Because when we set up the time, I knew we were going to the pumpkin patch, but I thought it was at like 3:30.
Hmm.
Well, it was supposed to be at 3:30, and so like I said, we were the first ones there, and then everyone got there late, so we started late, and then there was a long ass line for that wagon ride. So I'm like, okay, that's when I started texting you. I'm like, dude, I don't think we're gonna make it back in time. So we literally just walked in the door. I threw off my hoodie and threw it over on the side. I'm like, and then got this thing started. So hell yeah,
It's all good, man. Family first. It's more important.
I appreciate you being flexible. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. It gave me an extra hour to spend with the kids, so they
Oh, good.
appreciate staying up a little later. So
How
it's
much
all
or
good.
how old are your kids?
So I've got a 7-year old, a 3-year old, or excuse me, a 5-year old, and then an almost 3-year old.
Oh
And
yeah.
my wife is pregnant. We're expecting another one in January. So
Awesome, dude.
yeah, so I got a
Good
little
for
fire
you.
team.
Yes. Yeah, my wife and I had five, and we had them
Oh,
about
awesome.
like the same thing. A year and a half to 2 years apart, all the way down.
Mhm.
Yep.
Nice. Yep, it's great. It's chaos right now, but
Yep.
it's okay.
Yeah, dude.
It's part of it. It's worth it. I love them. They're great.
Good.
And they love coming down here in the airsoft room. At some point,
I'm
I'll
sure.
get out of the chair and show you the whole thing, and
It looks
they love
awesome.
it. Yeah, I spent a lot of time down here.
Yeah.
And my wife's a saint for giving me a room out of the house and letting me do what I want with it. Um,
Especially when you got all those kids, man. I know.
yeah, I'm lucky. But yeah, no, they come down here and I won't let them touch it until they can recite the 4 main rules of gun safety. My
Gotcha.
oldest can do it. The other one's not so much, but he
Right.
can do it. And then he'll pick it up. And then if I see him do something silly, like if he's got a finger
Yep.
on the trigger, I'll be like, oh, stop it. Aiden, stop it.
Yep.
But, teaching him to respect it, even though it's just the toy. It doesn't look like
Absolutely.
a toy.
No.
So,
No, that's
yep.
good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believed the same thing. Like we taught our kids, I taught my kids how to shoot like gun safety and how to shoot like right early
Mhm.
on, man. I had my boys in the indoor shooting range at like I think 6, shooting a
Nice.
little 22.
Yeah.
That I was behind them holding it, and I had already taught them in the house with an empty,
Mhm.
unloaded gun, how to do all the safety stuff. And same thing you're doing. And then and my wife was like, "You're taking him, Connor, my youngest son. He's the second youngest child. He wanted to go with us when I was taking the
Mhm.
older ones. He was only 5, and he could barely hold the little 22. So my wife's like, "Are you sure you're going to take him?" He's like, He wants to go. It's fine.
Yeah.
So they've been shooting since they were real little. It's such a
Yeah.
good thing to learn. This is why I tell people. I've said it numerous times on this podcast, even when we talk about this thing, because nowadays, like the 20-something year olds,
Mhm.
they're really inundated with this idea of guns are so bad, you know?
Yep.
And I'm going, I understand what you're saying, where you're coming from, but if you're a parent, the way I felt is
Mhm.
it's my obligation to teach them safety
Yep.
and how to handle it because you can't get rid of them. You're not getting rid of them. I don't care what you do. I don't care if they make it illegal or not. That still ain't going to make them disappear. And the
Agreed.
chances that your kids, when they're 10, 12, 13, or whatever, are going to go to a friend's house and be around them
Hmm.
are really high. The chances are high that they're going to be around them, before they're an adult, and in some way. And I would feel horrible, like I failed as a dad, if I didn't teach my kids gun safety and the respect and fear, healthy fear of it. If them or one of their friends got shot accidentally,
Hmm.
because they're playing around with it and they think it's a toy. So I teach them just like I taught them how to drive. Like, hey, this is a dangerous thing. I'm going to teach you uh, way better than the government classes are going to teach you because they don't give you
Yeah.
enough time on the road.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, man, that's really good that you're doing that.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. The guns aren't going away no matter what. They're there.
Yeah,
And they can make
yeah,
all these laws, and I won't go too into that, but
yeah,
I think we're pretty aligned in our thought process on that. So
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Um,
are you from? So you're in New Hampshire, is that right? Or you?
so I'm actually in Maryland. I'm
Oh,
actually I don't
okay.
know if you're familiar with OXCC, Outdoor Extreme Chesapeake City. I'm about 10 minutes from there.
Okay.
Um, Pretty big paintball field in Maryland, and they do
Okay.
airsoft as well. So I lived in Vermont for 6 years. I'll go through my whole airsoft story. It ties into me moving.
Oh, great.
And I moved back here to Maryland, where I was from, but on the other side of the state.
Yeah.
Right after when I came back from my deployment over to the Horn of Africa.
Oh.
Um, but, yeah. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm a National Guard soldier. I've been in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
infantry for
That's right.
oh god, almost 12 years now.
Okay. Goes
Oh my
fast, bro.
god, it really does. Oh
Goes
my god,
fast.
it does. I know I got 200 something days left. I may or may not have a countdown on my phone. Um, I'm up in the air if I want to stay in. Like I like being in. I do. I'm
Yeah.
happy. Serving. I like my unit. I like my job. Mortars are awesome, but I want my life back,
You're a
and I
mortarman.
want to.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm a mortarman. And
bro.
I want to be with my kids.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, it's especially with another one on the way. Like I don't mind deploying. My deployment was fine, but I don't want to miss more of my kids' lives, and that's more important than anything.
Yeah, for real.
And yeah,
Hell
actually,
yeah.
this glass is this was actually my badass wife's influence. She just came home with this one day. I'm like, yes, absolutely, yes,
I
I
love
love
it.
it. Yep. And then I opened the cabinet because I was making a drink to come down, and I went to grab for one. She's like, "You're gonna use the skull one, right?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I am." It's perfect. It's
Right?
perfect.
Cheers, brother.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start with tying into where I live.
Yeah.
So I started playing airsoft in 2008 when I was still in high school. I think I started like a lot of people, where you just get together with your friends and you go shoot each other in the woods with Walmart guns. I think
Yep.
that's kind of where a lot of us started. And then it just kind of escalated from there. We found local teams in the area because it's like, oh, other people have to do this. So we went on the internet, found other teams, met up against them. We drove down to Southern Maryland to play. It was a team called SMAT, Southern Maryland Airsoft Team, which I think they're still around, but
Okay.
under just Maryland Airsoft Team. And then a team called Face Stalkers, I think is what they were called. I
Hmm.
I think. Um, Realized we were totally outgunned, so we went to the internet to e-bike, which was around back then still, or
Yeah.
it's been around forever. Bought
Right.
better stuff, kept going, and then in 2008, I went to my first mill sim, which
Okay.
was a big skirmish. It was Battle of the Bulge 2008 at OA Paintball in Bowie, Maryland. The field
Nice.
no longer exists, unfortunately. OA Paintball is actually the remnants of it became Outdoor Extreme. So you got
Hmm.
OXCC, Outdoor Extreme, and somewhere in Lingelstown, Pennsylvania, I think, and then one down in Florida. I just found out.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, so started doing those local games. I fell in love with it immediately. Uh, after that, I went to my first official milsim, and I'm going to date myself here again. I went to my first milsim at Fort Drum, New York, Operation Pine Plains 5. Those don't happen anymore, which
Okay.
sucks because they were so fun. I fell in love with it. Like I need to go to these bigger games, need to do this.
Right.
And through all this, I started to form my team, the Dogs of War, um, which we're still running today. We've had our ups and downs where people move away, people go dormant. Basically, we all just kind of grew up, and then I moved
Right.
away. Um, yeah, it happens.
It
We went to a whole
happens.
bunch of games. I'll show you later on. Actually, now's probably a good time to do it. I'll show you my patch wall.
Okay.
It kind of
Yeah,
ties
dude.
into it.
I
Yeah.
love this. Yeah, this is a big part of the show is show and tell.
Oh yeah. So let me give you a little bit of the behind the scenes here. So this is my patch wall. Let me get my rigged lighting.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is peel and stick
That
carpet. I love
is
it. Um,
crazy.
yeah, so up there's my 2008 Battle of the Bulge patch, 2009 Airsoft Con 2010 at the West Virginia State Penitentiary. I was in college.
Wow.
Forgot about that one. Um, Operation Pine Plains 5, Red Storm East at the Scranton Lace Factory. I got the Russian flag up because that's the side we went on.
Yeah.
That's the Operation Sea Lion was a local game in Tawnytown, Maryland. Lion Claws I Serve patch. I got the squad leader stripes. Then which one was this? Lightning Strike 3 in Buffalo, New York, 2012. Right in here is where I went to basic training. So I guess actually those belong over here. I'm
Okay.
weirdly right. I got to put all this together in the right way. I'm
Chronological
weirdly
order.
organized like that. The Red Storm East 2, 3. OGs will know the fuck you, Greg Brothers, get off my AO patch. I loved that about old school Lion Claws games.
That's
Last
awesome.
last last words. Get off my AO.
Yep.
Um, Operation Charizard. That was at abandoned Ren Fairground. That was cool. I got the worst poison ivy of my life on my forearms.
Mm.
So damn hot. I rolled my sleeves and then I dove into a bush. Bad news bears after that. Operation X at an abandoned military base in New Jersey. Black Sheep Milsim at the Cove. I sat on a hilltop all night long on an objective. And I'll never forget, one of the dudes up there was complaining, I paid for Milsim. Bro, it's a thunderstorm and you're sitting in the woods.
Yeah.
That's as Milsim as it gets, man.
Exactly.
This one was interesting. Lightning Strike 6 here. That was in Williamsport, Maryland, which is right by my hometown.
Yeah.
All these other big events we'd always traveled for, so it felt weird driving like 20 minutes. It
I'll
just didn't feel
bet.
right. Red Storm East 4, and then that was 2015. And then about right in here, that's when my oldest son, Aiden, was born.
Okay.
So I took a break from 2016 until about 2019. I only played one game, a Lion Claws event at OXCC, and I drove all the way down from Vermont to see the boys, the crew, the old Dogs of War team came out. That was more of a pickup game than a Lion Claws game, but it was good to see everybody. Then I jumped full back in with Operation Irene at the Guardian Center, 2019. They said it was going to be the last one, but I don't think it was. I think they did another one recently.
Okay.
And then Operation Overwatch 6, that was down in Florida. That was the first time I ever did a helo mission. And right in here, this is where Airsoft changed. From here back, things like pyro grenades were not allowed. In fact, I remember them yelling at everybody at Lion Claws games, no pyro, no pyro, no pyro. Well, I come back and everything's exploding around me, scaring the shit out of me.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no tag-ins, no EGs, none of that stuff was allowed.
Really?
Yeah, and then I come back and
I don't know any of that. Okay. Okay.
yeah, and then come back and there they are, and I think it's super fucking cool, and
Right.
just hooked me back in even more. And then yeah, then I did a helo mission down here in Florida. And then this is when I tried I really started YouTubing, and all my footage from Overwatch is unusable because of the crappy dive box I had on there. Kind of sucks, but you learn. That's
Oh,
how
that's
you
funny.
learn. Um, the Hilo mission was dope. They're amazing. I highly recommend them to anybody. The Grimnir IGC patch. I love Grimnir events. I know you guys have had, or you've had. I know you had Rabbit on. I don't remember if you had Doc on. I don't remember. Did you
No,
ever have
just
Doc?
rabbit. Hmm.
Okay. I've never been on Rabbit's side. I've always been on Doc's side.
Gotcha.
I gotta play with Rabbit sometime, even though I've pretty much IGC all the way. Well,
Yeah.
we're 13th Legion now. Anyway, prison games, um, an AMS game, and then Gun Gamers events. I'm actually staff for Gun Gamers production now. Um, yeah, all sorts of stuff. Stonebreaker 2023 this year.
Oh man,
Went
I would
down
have
to
saw you there. I was supposed to go. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I went
Oh,
last year.
okay. Yeah, we drove down. There were four of us that drove down, stayed in an Airbnb, had a great time.
Yep.
I jokingly call it Operation Gunbreaker from the rain. It killed so many guns. Um,
That's what I heard.
and
Yeah.
I think the coolest game I've played to date, or at least this year, was Gun Gamers Ascension at Ben Franklin Range. Holy
Hmm.
shit, was that intense!
Where
It
was this
was
at?
Ben Franklin Range
Yep.
in PA.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the biggest AO I think I've ever played on.
Hmm.
It was awesome. But yeah, so those are all the games showing the patch wall, just some random patches I've acquired over the years. That's actually the first one I ever got from a surplus store when I was 15.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot of history here.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
Patches from friends, other YouTubers. Up
Yeah.
top, I've got the history of my team patches, the original from 2010.
Wow.
I don't even remember when we adopted these versions. And our tagline, "Cry Havoc and Let's Lift the Dogs of War." It's a Shakespeare quote.
Right?
Um, got my original patches when we changed over logos. Mapper Expeditionary Force, which goes way back. It was basically like a task force, so to speak, of teams in the Mid Atlantic. Current Dogs of War patches, East Coast Alliance, Blue Mag, all my vendors, fields, and then
Bro.
these are all the military stuff. I actually got these from a French soldier in Djibouti. We did
Nice.
some joint training mortar stuff.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Yeah. We got some flags, call signs. There's a relic too. Airsoft Con 2010, a sign.
Oh,
They were
wow.
throwing them away. It was on the side of the road, so my buddy pulled over. I went out and grabbed it.
That's
Uh,
cool.
yeah. Rucksack, guns on the wall, workstation, more guns on the wall.
Nice.
Task Force Dog Bros, Mo Bros, and Dogs of War.
Okay.
Let me.
That's a good mashup.
Oh yeah, I love those guys. The Mo Bros guys are awesome. All right. Come back around. All right.
You had Blue Mag.
Mhm.
I had Austin on here a couple times, and
Oh, awesome.
yeah, one of the actually I think it was three times. So one of the times I had him on for Veterans Day,
Okay.
so last year, and it was me, him, and Hell Yeah Airsoft,
Okay.
and yeah. So and when Austin was talking about his deployment, he was in Djibouti as well. He spent
Yes, he
most of
was.
his time in Africa.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. So that's actually how I found him. So
Oh, okay.
I had come back from deployment and just made I made my Instagram before, but I was getting back in looking for other airsofters, and
Yeah.
I'm scrolling and I see a picture of two soldiers standing on this like catwalk near the Clues, the shipping container housing unit, and I'm like, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
I know I walked by that exact spot every day for 9 months. So I hit him up. I'm like, is that Djibouti? He's like, it absolutely is. I'm like, yo, we were deployed to the same place. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that was before the business launched. And then he was telling me he was going to do it, start the BB company. I'm like, hell yeah, man, veteran owned. You're trying to bring production to America, dude. I'll
Yeah.
absolutely support that.
Exactly.
And then they went live, and then they were looking for partners. I'm like, pick me, pick me, pick me. And I've been on with them ever since. And
Yeah.
it's a great company.
Yeah.
Austin's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I love talking with Austin, man. He's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I invited him on. I can't remember who recommended him or told me about him. It was somebody else I was talking with, and and they said he's starting. They told me about his BB company thing, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I gotta check this out. So I had him on. Yeah.
That's awesome. I gotta watch that episode. I missed that one. But yeah, no, good stuff. I'm also affiliated with Enola Gay Smoke Grenades and evike.com, believe it or not.
Oh, nice.
Yes, they actually reached out to me and I didn't believe them. So I got a message from their page saying that they wanted to offer me to be in their affiliate program. And this was right when there was a whole bunch of fake pages being made. I'm like, no, I've got less than 1,000 followers. My YouTube channel is like 500 at the time. Like, no way that's real. So I called their customer service. I'm like, hey, I think somebody hacked your page. Just letting you guys know. They're like, oh, okay, we'll let our marketing department know. Cool. So then I get another message. Hey, Rick, thanks for reaching out to our market or customer service team. This is legit.
Oh, wow.
Here's the email I have for you. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. So then I asked, can I get on a Zoom call with you guys? Because, like, I still am in disbelief.
Right.
And then I get on and I recognize the people sitting there. It was Tanya that you see on Instagram. And then there's another guy I didn't recognize, but I knew who she was. I'm like, hey, this is real.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, all I have to do is share the link. Somebody clicks it, and I make money.
Right. Yeah, the affiliate thing. That's cool, man. Okay.
Yeah. So why not? If you can make money in your hobby without being a weird sellout, why not?
I know, right?
Yeah. If it ever gets too far, I mean, my team will smack me a little bit if it gets too far. But I mean, why not? Why not monetize your hobby if you can?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I can't see it getting too. No airsoft company is going to ask people to do some weird stuff on their channel. They're all pretty. Anyone that I've ever talked with, they're all very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, for sure. The Evite guys are cool. Blue Mag guys are great. And the EG guys, they're in the UK, but they seem really friendly too. So
yeah, I haven't had them on yet.
Yeah, I actually sought them out because I'm like, why not? I'm already doing this. Right. And they're like, yeah, we definitely want to work with you. I'm like,
and EG67s are badass. Okay.
Hell yeah, they are. Hell yeah. Good stuff. I love pyro. I love that stuff. Yeah. Eventually, I'm going to get into the tagging launchers. Yeah. So those are expensive, but
yeah, they are.
Have you ever had Joker from Mobros on?
No. Joker, yeah. I'm calling you out, bro. I'm calling you out right now because I've messaged you like 10 times. We've been going back and forth for probably the past year.
Really?
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get on there." And I'm like, "Okay," just like I did with you. I'm like, I set a date and time like right away. I'm like, "Hey, I ain't messing around, okay? Hey, I got time in the next few days, or I got time next week," and we just couldn't get our schedules aligned. So I'm just teasing him. He's a good dude. He just we were gonna do some stuff, and he got busy. So we'll get back on there. Yeah. We'll schedule some.
He's like the tagging guy. Whenever I know if he's on our team, I'm like, yep, we got fire superiority. No question.
Dude,
he'll just, I've got to put my second ArcLight video out from earlier this year. I've got him launching so many tag-ins. It's going to be a good one. Yeah.
So we had, I had never heard of tag-in. Okay. I didn't know anything about Airsoft. When you were going through all those patches and stuff, and you were like, okay, this is 2019. I'm like, yep, that's when I started. So we started the YouTube channel, or I started the YouTube channel in 2019, April of 2019. So, and before that, I didn't know shit about Airsoft. Okay. So I was an old school paintballer back in the 90s. to early 2000s, and then the only thing I knew of airsoft was when I bought my kids. When my boys were getting older, like 9, 10, whatever. Got the little classic little Springer things, whatever. But that was it. And then when they said they were getting into airsoft, I was like, what? For little kids? Like, what are you talking about? And they were like, no, let me show you this gun. I was like, whoa, this is cool. So, and that was, 4 years ago. And now it's, and we started out with like unboxings, review, we review the guns that we got from unboxings and stuff. So we did all the, a lot of the BOAs, from Evic, and then, the, Airsoft GI ones, the Fox Airsoft, mystery boxes and shit like that. So, I was getting like just swamped with all of these different replica guns. I was like, this is crazy. Like they make a P90. I remember like early on, like the second month we started our channel, one of the mystery boxes I got, I opened it up and it had a P90 with the swordfish, whatever kind of, this, oh dude, it was badass looking. Okay.
That's awesome.
It was so nice. It was my favorite gun that I ever opened out of a box. And we were doing giveaways at the time. So we'd do the unboxings, then we'd do the reviews, and then we would do giveaways for those guns. So, like a month, 2 months later, those guns would be gone. We didn't actually start the giveaways until later because we were getting, my sons lived here at the time. So 2 of them were into airsoft. And then so there was 4 of us all together when we started our channel. 2 of them, their friend that got them into airsoft, and then me. And we would all 4 get mystery boxes when we all at the same time. We'd all order them at the same time. We'd have a countdown timer, like alarm going off, like, okay, get ready to press that button because they're going to sell out in 2 seconds. So, we would have between 3 of us in the house that were ordering these things. Those BOAs come with like 2 guns, right? Each box. So within 2 months, bro, we had a shit ton of guns already. And we were running out of, after like the 3rd or 4th month, we were running out of room to where to put them. So you can see here, I had, this is half of these are airsoft and half of them are real sticks. Okay. So
nice.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of, most of the guns up there that are real. We've got a couple of AK-47. Oh, one AK-47. My son took the other one last weekend to go shoot. And a couple of AR-15s. We got a 50 Beowulf up there that my son built, and then airsoft guns and stuff. So, but this whole room, that pegboard was all the way down this wall, and all the way on this wall to the door, and they were full of guns, and we had them stacked in the closets, and we were running out of room. I was like, dude, and somebody suggested on our channel, like, why don't you guys do a giveaway? Or what? I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I didn't realize that all these different channels and all these different airsofters were doing giveaways for years, like, I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Okay. So that's what we started. We started getting rid of them. But that P90 was so cool, man. I was really blown away at all these different cool replicas, like the stuff you have up there now. If this was back then, and I would have seen your background right now, I'd have been like, there's no way there's airsoft. What? This is cool, man. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah. Man, I look back at it and kind of wish I had done YouTube back then. Because like I said, I've been at this since 2008. Like if I'd probably be doing it full time. But
I know.
And it's crazy to me to see that people can do that.
Right.
It's like seeing some of these subscriber counts, like, oh my God.
That's crazy, right?
You guys don't even have to, like, that's just what you do for a living? That's so cool. Is it realistic for most people? Probably not. But, only one way to find out, right?
Right.
Yeah. So,
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I never thought I'd make any money doing it. That wasn't really what I set out to do. It was more like I'm playing anyway, so I might as well put a GoPro on my head and record it, put it on the internet. But no, this has worked out really well. So
yeah, that's cool.
At this point, it just self-sustains the hobby.
Yeah.
That way, my money from my job can go to the kids. I don't have to ask the wife. Just like, got it in the airsoft fund.
Yeah, man, I hear you. Now, what made you go into the National Guard?
Well, I always wanted to go into the military, but my fear was I'd get stuck somewhere and hate it when I was a kid before I had my head on straight. And I'm like, well, the Guard, I just come back home. So I'll do that. I had a bit of a fear of commitment. and
Okay.
kind of wish I'd gone active duty looking back on it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It worked out. The girl
Right.
I was with at the time, her brother was in, and she's like, "Well, why don't you just go talk to his recruiter? I think
Yeah.
his card's around the house somewhere." She gave it to me. I called him. Went in. He sat me down. He's like, "I'm a really bad salesman. You obviously came to me because you want to join." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh
He's like, "All
shit.
right." He's like, "If picture yourself in uniform. What are you doing?" I'm like, I guess shooting guns and blowing something up. Infantry. Got it. I'm like, okay. Um, so I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I'll be 11 Bravo. Cool. It's like, all right. There's a infantry unit in Frederick, Maryland. Cool. That's where I'm from. That's where I grew up. All right. Let's see if we can get you in there. They're like, well, they don't have any Bravo slots, but they have an 11 Charlie. I'm like, well, what's the difference? It's like, oh, you just learned 3 more weapons. I'm like, why wouldn't everyone do that?
Right.
Yeah, it's like 3 more guns.
So
Cool.
11 Bravo is what, like basic infantry
Yeah,
or okay.
rifleman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, infantry. And then 11 Charlie is mortars.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So went to Fort Benning. Oh hell, what was my ship date? September 27th, 2012, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay.
yep. Went to good old 30th AG reception. It's literally purgatory. Any infantryman will tell you that. The place is purgatory. You just sit there.
Yeah.
You just fucking sit.
Oh,
You get issued your
jeez.
stuff, your uniforms, and then you wait.
Yeah.
All you can do. They can't do PT. They'll yell at you and screw with you. That's it.
Oh, God.
You just exist and wait. Yeah, went through it. It's kind of a blur. Then got to my unit. Ended up not going to the unit in Frederick, Maryland. We went to Pikesville, Maryland, outside of Baltimore.
Okay.
But whatever. It was fine. It's a good unit. Stayed there till 2015. Actually was activated for the Baltimore riot mission
Oh,
way
shit.
back when. Yep. So got some interesting memories walking around Baltimore. So
I'll bet.
years later, when I went to the Inner Harbor to take my kids to the aquarium, we're walking. I pointed to my wife on the ground. I'm like, "See right there?" Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, my platoon slept there." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "It's kind of weird, right?" I'm like laying there with my rifle in full kit and staring at the aquarium. It was weird.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was a strange experience.
Okay.
Weird. Then went to the Vermont Guard. Transferred up there because I got a job doing armed security.
Okay.
That's what I do. I do security work. I'm a security manager right now.
Nice.
Pretty much the problem solver for everything in that place. Ask anybody who knows me at events. That my work phone does not shut up. Drives me crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
swear it's like they know when I go to these places.
They can
Yeah,
sense it.
went up to Vermont, did my thing up there. Tried to play airsoft, but it was like super underground. You couldn't nobody did anything on social media. Like it took me forever to find the Ethan Allen Boys team. I love those guys, but like they just didn't advertise. So I was actually listening to the One Grunt's Opinion podcast when I was in Africa, and one of them said airsoft doesn't exist in Vermont, but it definitely did. But you just can't find it. You can now
Huh.
because I remember talking to the team. I'm like, hey Jesse, who's the guy's in charge? I'm like, your Facebook page looks dead. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you haven't posted in 4 years. Like I found you guys in 2016, but didn't know you guys were here.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing on the internet.
Well,
So
how did
they
they get together?
that they just had each other's numbers.
Oh, okay.
Vermont it's small communities.
Yeah.
And it's the communities up there are reluctant to change, is what I found, which is fine. That's just the Vermont way. I love it. I miss it. Miss it a lot. But yeah, no, I told him, hey, update your Facebook page, get an Instagram, and you'll get noticed.
I
You get more
mean,
people out to your
maybe it's going
field.
to go back to that the way they're doing it because airsofters keep getting canceled and banned and shadow banned on all these social media things. Like,
I noticed that, and it
oh,
drives me
dude.
nuts.
I
I'm
know.
lucky. Knock on wood. Mine hasn't been hit yet.
Yeah.
Maybe because my Instagram is a business account. That might be why.
Yeah.
I mean, since I was starting to make money, I'm like, I should probably make it a business account
Yeah.
and then make an LLC, which one of my buddies told me to do that. So I'm like, okay, why not? So I haven't been hit with a shadow ban yet, but my YouTube channel, there's something behind it.
Yeah.
There's no shadow ban that I'm aware of, but I can't see I tried for my work computer. So my YouTube channel, I tried for my work computer. So, obviously, usually, professional organizations have all these blocks. And I looked on my channel and couldn't find it. So I found a way to find one of my videos. And then it said content restricted for firearms. Yep. So I'm like, interesting.
So
So
now this is a video that on your end from the studio part, right? On your end, when you're going into your own channel, it doesn't show that it's
nothing.
That it's restricted like that because of
nope.
That. But when you go from out, like what other viewers are going to see.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Now that's like a professional like company's computer and like their network, but they'll pick that stuff up
still.
And if they're flagging my channel as firearm, where's that coming from? That's my question.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, now as far as getting demonetized, that happens to me all the time. In fact, the minute I upload a video and turn the monetization on, it goes to the yellow $sign immediately.
Yep.
I have to every time.
Yep.
And my issue with it is there's no continuity to like what does it. It's really whoever the manual reviewer is. And one of my teammates has a really interesting theory, but I wouldn't say it's appropriate for the masses, so I won't say it. But essentially, it has to do with the person behind it. So, but like I tried an experiment. Yeah, I tried an experiment. I uploaded the same video twice.
Yep.
One for the members, one for everyone else.
Yeah.
So that my members get early access to everything.
Okay.
Turn the monetization on for both. Same file. Both of them went yellow. I appealed them both. One of them won, the other didn't. Same video, same file.
That's
no
crazy.
Different. Yeah. So it drives me insane. I love when they ask me for to do a survey. I'm like, okie dokie, you're going to hear everything from me. And I won't hold back.
Yeah.
Like, you guys need to fix this. This is dumb. Can you read the disclaimers on my videos? There's no firearms. I'll take the disclaimer out if there's blank fire in it, obviously, because I don't want to be, dishonest or misleading.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, guys, we're playing fake soldier in the woods.
Well, the disclaimer thing is not it's not relative, to be honest, because there's nothing in the terms of service. I actually put out a video last year about when they updated their terms of service again. I think they just recently. Well, no, YouTube didn't recently do it. Instagram did in February. But anyway, last year when they updated it again, I actually did a short video on it to explain because I was getting a lot of questions from people from our channel. Like, why don't you put disclaimers on your videos when you're showing all these guns and reviewing them and stuff? And I'm like, because it doesn't help. There's nothing in the fact that people are telling me, like what you said, that, oh yeah, but when I get it, when I do, when they say, okay, you can't, it's restricted, and then I change it and I put this disclaimer stuff in there, and then they approve it. I'm telling them that's coincidence. It's not because of your disclaimer, because there's zero in the. I went line for line in each paragraph of the when they updated the terms of service to include replica and toy guns in their thing. So all anything that's a gun is in that clump. So. But the fact that what you're saying is totally agree. This is what we all agree on is the inconsistency, because paintball guns are fine, Nerf guns are fine, but in the terms of service, they're still included in on that. Like they can, and so it's whoever is, well, first the algorithm kicks it out. Like if it notices something, it kicks it out. And then when you review it or request a review, then somebody's looking at it, and sometimes it's hit or miss. But whenever you have that subjective thing, it's not a cut and dried rule in there.
Yeah.
Even the verbiage in the terms of service is very loose, and I
Mm,
think it's done on purpose,
probably.
so that they do have the final say, and you
Hmm.
can't argue with it. So, yeah, I mean that's whatever, but I think
Yeah.
they want to get rid of all gun stuff from their platform over time. They
Hmm.
couldn't do it right away. Like this is years ago, when Demolition Ranch became really big, and they saw how real steel guns and stuff were very popular amongst everyone watching YouTube, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, we can't just shut this off right away," because they have contracts, man. They got
Hmm.
all this marketing stuff. They've got So anyway, they'd lose a shit ton of money, and they would lose some of these businesses that they do marketing for. So it's a I think it's a slow process that they're doing, and plus they don't want to drive people to Rumble or Twitter or
Hmm.
places that are not censoring guns. And so anyway, that's what I think. I think deep down they would love to just cut off every gun thing out there, and
Probably.
you know what I mean. But they're kind of stuck, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't see. I mean, I get it. I know why they think it, but
Right.
I, if they knew what we were really doing here, then I don't see any problem with what we're doing. It's like I said, we're playing toy soldier in the woods, and
Yeah.
having a great time doing it.
Yeah, but you don't.
Um,
So look at their idea
mm,
of what does that lead to? Okay, and this it's not. So whenever you hear people on this side of the gun control argument or
mm,
whatever, on that side of the gun control, like more gun control, get rid of guns,
mm,
that kind of. If they feel that way, if they believe that way, what they believe is it's not the guns necessarily, it's the culture, and they want to
mhm,
get rid of the culture. Now, what are you doing when you're showing these videos? Who is the demographic that's watching airsoft stuff, right? It's
mm,
like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 year olds, male.
yeah,
Okay. Um, they don't want that. They don't want these teenage boys getting into quote unquote the gun culture at this young of an age. Oh, it's only toy guns. Yeah, but they look real, and you're acting like they're real, and you're dressing
mm,
up like it's real, and
mm,
you're doing these tactics like it's real, and that's going to lead to when they're 19, 20, of them getting real guns because they're already turned on to this gun culture. I think that's I'm guessing, obviously, we're all speculating because we don't know. No one ever is
yeah.
going to come out of these companies and say, this
No,
is
they'll
what
never
we.
openly say it.
No, absolutely
No,
not. So
absolutely.
I think that's what it is. I think you guys, know as well, that kind of mentality. I think they're just trying to get rid of the gun culture completely.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I'm still here to fight the good fight because I mean, I'm
Absolutely.
having too much fun with this to stop.
Oh, absolutely.
And there are times I'll make little take little shots at the YouTube reviewers in my videos. Just like one of my thumbnails where I have the YouTube logo over my face. I'm being a smartass.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
I'm absolutely being a smartass. I'll put little like I'll do that. I'll put it in the video over my mouth
Yeah.
if I say shit or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'll say, hey, I'm talking to you, manual reviewer. These are toys. I'm in my house. We're safe. Chill.
Oh, that's
Like,
hilarious.
yeah. Oh, they really hated the video where I did a pumpkin carving last year, where I just shot the crap out of some pumpkins.
Oh, nice.
They hated that. Took them
Yeah.
6 months to decide to monetize it. It's like I even said,
Uh,
I said, I'm on private property.
yeah.
I'm observing all safety requirements. I know what's in front of, behind, left, right of my target. Like, there's no real weapons. I'm wearing eye protection. What more do you want?
Yeah.
I tried to quote their standards, but
Right.
you're never going.
Nah,
It's just
dude.
not going to happen.
No.
But that's the
You're
thing.
not in the in crowd with that, okay?
Well,
We're doing airsoft stuff. We're not part of
mhm,
the in crowd, okay? Like
that's okay.
they don't want our they don't want people to have fun,
Pretty
okay?
much. That's okay.
Uh,
They can be bothered over there. I'm gonna go
yeah,
play
absolutely.
over here.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
this is one of the things that somebody said to me, and I guess it's probably a common quote for all you guys that have been at Airsoft for, for so many years. It's like when I started doing these podcasts, I'm like, dude, I'm blown away. Like this is like it's so popular, but nobody's ever heard of it. And he's like, yeah, man, it's
Mhm.
the most popular sport or hobby that you've never heard of. Like I said, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to put it because it really is like, because if you go down, you walk to talk to people in your family, like older people and stuff, even you say paintball. Oh yeah, they recognize the name. They can kind of picture
Mhm.
something, that was televised on ESPN 3 or something, like 10 years ago.
Yep.
Um, but you say airsoft, and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
it?
those little pellet things from
What
Walmart.
is it?"
Those the things that shoot the little green balls.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
That.
know. Yeah, right. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yep. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, and it's almost kind of better that way. So you don't
I love it
it
that
doesn't
way.
get a lot
Yeah,
of it doesn't get a lot of negative heat.
yeah. It's like I don't want it to be mainstream.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
I am happy to see some positive coverage, like
sure.
that Vice News documentary for Milson
Yeah.
West.
Uh
When I saw they did that, I'm like, oh
huh.
God, where is this gonna go?
Yeah.
I was actually pleasantly surprised. It's like,
Uh huh.
yeah, because they found what we all know. We just want to have fun playing this game.
That's it.
It sure looks real. It looks
Yeah.
violent. It's not. 99% of us are really friendly, and
Yeah.
we're just having fun.
There was
Just
that. Was it last year? Late last year? Not that long ago. When the C-21 or something like that bill in Canada
Mhm.
was it was basically they were going to ban airsoft altogether. They had some strict
Yeah, I
rules
remember
already,
that.
but so there was what's the House Gamers or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? I think he's
Yeah. Yeah.
based
I've
in
seen him.
Canada, and he's got a pretty big YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And he got one. They actually got one of the, what do they call them, cabinet members or
Oh, one of their politicians, I think, to the
yep,
field, right?
yep, yep.
Yeah, I saw that, and that was great.
It was
I like
amazing.
that. Yeah, it's like if you're gonna make a law about it, you should probably know what it is, right?
I
You
was
just
so
take
impressed that she was able to, that she went out
yeah,
there with an open mind,
that
and
was
she was
great.
like, "Wow, okay, this is." And he was talking about how it's helpful for veterans, for PTSD,
Mhm.
like all these different things, all these positives about it, and she really saw that.
Yeah, which is great.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think, if I remember correctly, I think that bill got sent out or something. Something happened in their government that killed
Yeah,
all
they
the
took.
bills on the table.
Yeah,
Something I'm not sure exactly how the Canadian government operates. But then I think it came back but got defeated or something, or there was a
right.
loophole that allowed airsoft to continue. But I mean, I've been in the game a long time, and these random bills to attack airsoft are really common. But
Yeah,
none of it really goes very far. Knock on wood. It
yeah.
ends up getting defeated. I mean, it's a toy gun. I mean, I get it. They're at the end of the day, it's a toy gun. You got to be safe with them. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone knows that. Yeah, but it'll never stop. It's an ongoing battle, but that's all right.
right.
It
Yeah.
it is what it is. We'll just
That's the yin and yang of life. That's part of it. Yeah.
yep, yep. And then positive airsoft channels. Like I try to be positive on mine.
Sure.
The more positive stuff out there, the better we're gonna be.
Yeah.
I wish to God people would stop uploading. Oh, mag dump, cheater this, cheater that. It's like, oh my God, stop, stop, stop. You make us all look bad. Stop.
I had
Right.
this. I had somebody on a guest. This is probably a year and a half, almost 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I had somebody on, and I think that he thought I was going to ask him about one of the videos on his channel, or two of the videos had gone viral because of
Mhm.
that. And but I didn't ask about it. I knew it was on there. I knew it was on his channel, but I didn't want him. I didn't want to feel like I was antagonizing because that's not why I asked him on. Like
Mhm.
I saw the video on his channel way after I invited him on. So it was kind of like with you, actually with most people I've had on here, where I talked with somebody that was a friend of theirs and they recommended that person. I was like, oh, okay, I'll
Mhm.
reach out to him, that kind of thing. So, and he's a really cool guy, really nice guy. But during the podcast, he actually brought it up. and brought up about the cheater videos and stuff, and
Mm.
he said I cut it out. I actually cut it out. I edited it out, but he said when he was talking about that and how he has that on, he left it up on his channel. He's like, honestly, because I make money off the video
Mm.
from YouTube. That's why I left it up. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
I
I
mean,
get it. I mean,
yeah,
those things go crazy. I
yeah, I wouldn't do
it's
it. I wouldn't do it.
no, no. I have a video about an incident where I encountered a cheater on my channel,
Yeah,
but the video is about how I handled it,
yeah,
not about, oh my god, look at this, look at these bag dumps. It's like I even say in the end of it, get the ref, just play the game, take the
yeah,
moral high ground. It's not worth it.
yeah,
It's just play the damn game.
yeah,
Yep. And if it's really egregious, get the ref.
yeah.
That's all you got to do. That's simple. And that video went crazy. I'm like, oh god, it's my most viewed video, and
Is it
I
really?
hate it. I hate it. I hate that it is. It's 39K views. I
Okay.
hate it. I hate it. I hate that that's the popular one. But
Well, that's how it is. People want, they
yeah,
don't want,
they want drama.
yeah, they want drama. It's
Yeah.
more exciting, you know?
Yep. Yeah, but
I mean,
you'll never see
if
another
you're not
video.
highlighting it like, whatever,
Yeah,
in
but
that negative way, that's different.
yeah. Either way, I'll never upload one of those
Yeah,
again. It's
yeah.
never gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But I'll stick to my my cringy gameplay LARPy videos and random random unboxings. I did the same thing. I thought the unboxings were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's how I really how the channel really took off. And
Okay.
a couple gear videos. Yeah, I went deep into the unboxings when I was in Africa. I watched a lot of C7 Vipers videos, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that looks so cool. Because all I wanted to do over there when I was bored, I'm like, I want to play Airsoft, I want to play Airsoft, I want to play Airsoft, I want to play Airsoft. Like, I really wish I could mail one of those boxes here and open it, but what would
Mm-hmm.
I do with it? And there's no way in hell it would make it to me. It just wouldn't
Mm-mm.
happen. But I actually over there, I'm like, oh, where's the closest airsoft field? Oh, Dubai. Oh, cool. Yeah, ain't no way. Like,
That's
can I get?
crazy.
Yeah, like there's no way there's airsoft there. No way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Dubai. That's not that far from Djibouti. Bad, but
I actually
yeah.
don't know. How far is it? Is it pretty far?
I'm gonna Google it exactly now. Actually, it's
I mean, it's a
let's
different
see.
country, right?
Yeah, it's so
Dubai,
Djibouti's
India?
right there. Huh?
Isn't
Dubai?
Dubai in India?
No, it's UAE, United Arab Emirates.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
See,
So
I didn't sleep in that class. I know my geography. No.
if you'd asked me before I went to
I
Djibouti,
slept in that class. Okay, I'm telling you.
yeah. So it's on the other side of the Arabian Peninsula there. So it's the opposite side of Saudi Arabia. So
Okay.
you get the Red Sea between Saudi Arabia and Africa. It's on the
Yeah.
opposite side.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So it's a
I mean,
place I
that's
want to
just a
visit
little day
eventually.
trip. Take a little plane over there, get into
Yeah.
airsoft, and come back.
Yeah, just fly over Yemen and Saudi Arabia. What can go wrong?
Oh, for real, bro. That's crazy.
Yep. And I had my share of flying alone when I was over there.
Yeah.
I actually had to come home from deployment 2 weeks early on a Red Cross message. I won't bring the vibe down and go into it all.
Okay.
But my first sergeant dropped me off at the airport. And it's like when you live on base, you're in like Little America. You got the
Yeah.
bubble. And then when I got out of the truck and walked into the airport in civilian clothes, pop, bubble popped. I walk into the airport in Djibouti and I'm looking around. I don't speak French and I don't speak Somali, the two languages they
Holy
made me speak.
shit. Yeah.
So I'm looking around and I'm also, I do security work. I used to be a district manager in Vermont, build security programs. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw up. It was
Yeah.
so bad. You could have gotten anything on that plane. It scared the hell out of me. I got a
Really?
monster can on there. I forgot I had a monster can in my backpack. I got it on. Shouldn't have been able to take that, but
Right.
it is what it is. Yeah, so I walk up to the desk, give the lady my ticket. Can't understand a freaking word she's saying.
Yeah.
End up getting directed through multiple different different hallways through different screening checkpoints. They're not watching the belt as it's going. These are things I look for. And then I noticed the screen's in black and white. I'm like, you're
Oh my
not catching
god.
shit. You're not catching shit on a black and white screen. You're not. You're not.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, and again, I know I know what I'm looking for, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh dear God, I'm gonna die. This is it. This is how I'm gonna die. Um, and then I'm standing by these seats. I'm one of like two Americans in the room. That doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
My only concern is there's two gates. I can't read the signs. Which one's which? How do I know?
Yeah.
And luckily, I saw somebody come in with a black passport. I'm like, diplomat.
Mm.
Awesome. So I went up and asked him for help, and he spoke French to somebody. And he's like, yeah, you're in the area to go to Mogadishu. I'm like, get me the hell out of here. So you need to go down the hall. I've never gone so fast in my life.
Dude, so
Um,
glad you asked somebody. Holy crap.
yeah, that would have been bad because I don't know if they'd have
Right?
checked my ticket. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just my luck. I end up in Mogadishu, and I'll be like, oh, great.
What?
Great.
Black calm
Now
down
what do
again.
I do?
Oh my god.
Now what do I do?
Yeah.
But I ended up flying from there up the Red Sea into Turkey, and then sat in Istanbul for 6 hours waiting for a flight to Miami.
Mm.
That was cool. That mall's like, or the airport's like a mall. It's like I go up this escalator, and I see Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I'm like, where
What?
am I? And I had just left Djibouti, a military base,
Yeah.
and it's like now I'm in this upscale international airport mall.
That's
It's
weird.
like it was weird for me.
Yeah.
But kind of cool. I got a leather jacket for it was marked for 80 euros for 80 US. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, pretty sure that's the euro's worth more. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling the guy, I'm like, hey, what's the conversion? He's like, oh, you have American? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, 80 American. I'm like, this is euros. No, it's okay. I'm like, I did my part. I said something. Cool.
Hell
Got
yeah.
a nice leather jacket. Yeah, I got some Turkish money from being there, then flew
Mm-hmm.
home, and that was bizarre. And so I've been that guy that can't read any of the signs. So it was interesting,
That is
very
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. Then I land in Miami, and then I see every American with their cell phone in their face, walking around the airport. Like,
Yep.
ah, this is a
Yep.
2021 was a wild year.
Uh-huh.
A wild year.
Right.
Glad I'm back. Glad I'm back. Yep.
Yeah, for real, bro. Well,
Yeah.
you said you were out there for 9 months?
Yep. 9 months.
Okay.
Yep. 9 months. All I did, if anybody ever tells you they went to Camp Lemonnier and were there the whole time, say they did something cool. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. They probably did an off base thing and went to swim with whale sharks.
Mm.
That's probably it. There's the worst thing that happened to us. Someone threw a rock at our LMTV and we laughed about it. And some drunk guy that was high on cot tried to stumble through our gate, and he got
Nice.
promptly thrown on his face.
Yeah.
It's like I got a deployment patch for it that I don't feel I earned because there's a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Subway,
Yeah.
a Planet Smoothie. I'm like, come
Look,
on.
you're trying to win hearts and minds, okay? You got to bring that food over there, okay? To win the hearts and minds.
I guess so. It's like, and they're like, oh, listen, you're getting combat pay. I'm like, for what?
You're in a
Like,
combat area, man. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 8 miles into Somalia, maybe.
I mean,
Like,
that's how it works, though. That's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It was just weird to me,
it
but
is.
yeah, whatever. I
Well,
mean, the worst
when I was in the Desert Storm started, it was Desert Shield, and then Desert Storm started, and
thing.
our unit didn't go over there, and they didn't send a whole lot of units over there because it was done in 4 days, and
Yeah.
I mean the actual part, but we all got some kind of ribbon. I can't remember. It was like red on the ends and yellow in the middle. It was like combat service medal, and I'm like, or something, or a ribbon,
Mhm.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically if you're in, on active duty when there's a conflict going on, you get this ribbon. I'm like, we're all looking around like we don't want. Number one, we didn't go over there. Number two, we don't want to add extra shit onto our freaking dress blues for inspection, okay? Because we got all our shit set up right. All right. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
that, man. I feel that.
Like,
It's such a
dude,
pain
come
in the
on.
ass. Such a pain in the ass.
And then
Ah,
people are gonna say, "Oh, what's that one?" Like, nothing. It's fucking bullshit. Just don't even worry about it. Like, you know. So anyway, I understand what you're saying when it comes to that kind of stuff. You know.
yeah, yeah. Uh, if I stayed in, I'd have to go back there probably. But
Oh, I'm sure. Well, shit, all
uh,
this stuff that's going on now. Who knows where you go?
yeah, yeah,
Right.
crazy, crazy times right now.
Yeah, it is.
First Ukraine, then Israel. God,
Yeah.
crazy world we're living in, man.
So now
Crazy shit.
you come back from Africa. Did you get right back into airsoft when you came back,
Um,
or like how was
yeah.
that?
So, so I ended up home for a couple weeks before I went back to Fort Bliss to get off active duty.
Mm,
So I got to take my emergency leave.
okay.
I actually filmed one of my videos, an unboxing video, because throughout the year I'd spent a whole bunch of money on just getting stuff sent to my house. So when I came home, my basement had a stack to the
Oh
ceiling with
shit!
boxes.
Nice.
Yes, I had my wife open some of it and send me
That's got to be
pictures. So
fun.
oh,
Yeah.
it was. So yeah, I pretty much jumped right back in. Linked up with the Ethan Allen boys and went to a local field, which was 4 hours away in Connecticut.
Oh shit.
That's local
That's
up
kind of a
there.
drive.
Yeah, a whole day affair.
Yeah.
But then met up with met some good guys there, and they kind of wanted more than what EAB did. Ethan Allen boys is a team up there; they're more casual, and
Okay.
I'm like, I'll restart dogs. Why not? You know, the dogs down in Maryland. A lot of us kind of just, like I said, grew up. They moved away.
Right.
I went to Vermont, and I hit up the team on our old Facebook page. I'm like, do you guys care if I started again in Vermont? And the consensus was, you started it before. It's your team. You can do what you want. Like,
Yeah.
well, it's our team actually.
Right.
But yeah, so we started recruiting, and I have more Vermont players than anything else now. Got in contact again with some of my old friends down in Maryland,
Yeah.
and it's great to see those guys again. I've made lifelong friends playing.
For
Um,
sure, dude.
yeah, but I jumped in hard. I didn't have to drill for like 8 months, so
Yeah.
I grew a big beard. Um, and I just
Nice.
first off, man, it was I hit up so many events. It was great. That was when I did my first Grimnir event,
Mm.
first American Mill Sim. What else did I do? That's when I went to the prison, Syndicate 2 in the Crescent Prison. I can't even remember all the games
Now,
I
were
did.
you?
Yeah.
How did you meet Matty Mo and the Mo Bros?
So
One
we
of
were
those.
actually talking. I don't know exactly how we got in contact with each other initially. I think it was Instagram, but I
Okay.
remember sitting on a train going from Burlington, Vermont to
Yeah.
Baltimore, and we were talking about what we wanted to do and build the community up north.
Okay.
And we both realized we had very similar goals.
Yeah.
So, you know, but we figured we were going to do all these great things. With make like a kind of like a task force, like I mentioned, where all the teams in the area kind of get together under one banner and go, nationally to events.
Yeah.
It's something that I did in the Mid Atlantic with it was called Mapper Expeditionary Force.
Mm.
I didn't run that, but I was part of it. So anybody in the Mid Atlantic, we'd travel as meth. It was awesome. Um, and we created that with East Coast Alliance. And then I met Matty Mo at Operation Outbreak at Albany Paintball Experience.
Mm.
He was the CO for one of the teams, and he was actually late because
Oh
something
shit.
happened with his car.
Yeah.
Something happened with his car, and I'm like, shit, he doesn't have any other leadership.
Yeah.
This plan's going to go right to hell if nobody said it. So I did it because I like being in leadership roles. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'll do it. So there's a picture of me. It's on my Instagram with some like cheesy leadership quote. I love Airsoft cringe. I love it.
Yeah.
That's why I stuck with the call sign Reaper. It's cringy and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sitting up there on the radio talking to people, and I just remember him and somebody else running up the hill, and I'm like, oh, yep, command's yours. Hi, I'm Rick. Hi, Matt. Cool, get out there and kill something. Then off I went. Um, and then from there, it's like, I absolutely love playing with the Mo Bros.
Yeah.
Matty Mo and I make a really good team. Like we helped command a platoon at Grimnir's Arclight
Okay. Yeah.
under Max, and
Right.
we just steamrolled. That's what
That's
we
what he
do.
was saying.
Yeah,
He
it's
actually told me about that incident with his car. The
yeah.
last time, not this past time we talked, just a couple days ago, but a few months ago,
Mhm.
he was telling me about it whenever it happened. I guess it's a long time ago. I can't remember how many months ago it was that he was on, but he was telling me about it. And he was like, "Yeah, I was actually late, and then I was on the phone with while I'm driving, like with these with my guys, and they handled everything, man. It was so great." So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize he was talking about you,
Yep,
picking
that was
up the
me.
slack. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, that's like I said, I really like leadership at events. I mean,
Yeah.
some people shy away from it because they just want trigger time. Um,
Right. Right.
I don't know why I like it so much. It just comes
Yeah.
natural to me. Um, but yeah, no, I love doing it. Excuse me, I just gotta refill my drink here.
Yeah, man. What you got? Rum and Coke or Jack and Coke?
It's some kind of whiskey. My wife bought me America bourbon whiskey for the
Oh,
name.
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's
It's all
cool,
right.
dude. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll have to
it's
look
that's
for
what
that.
I
I like
got for
that
now.
bottle. Or like that label,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put it on a shelf somewhere, probably in this room.
Okay.
Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm looking over here. I'm scrolling through your Instagram.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's cool.
yeah. Like I said, I really like these leadership roles for some reason. Um, like I'll pay to go to an event to help run it almost.
Yeah.
Like in that respect, like on the field leadership. That's
Mm-hmm.
what's fun to me. And I guess that's what got the attention of gun gamers when I went to their event because
Okay.
they invited me to be staff for Ascension,
Right.
and I'll be staff for Remnant coming up as well.
Okay.
And that's which is awesome. I don't know if you've ever had those guys on.
No.
Um, they're awesome. Gun
I
gamers.
can't remember if I reached out to them or not. Yeah. It's been
Yeah,
a while
they're
if I have.
awesome group of guys. Really friendly, incredibly professional crew. Um, yeah, I love being staff for them. Honestly, I was so shocked when they reached out to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait, you want me to what? You want me to be staff? Cool. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, you just have to be an on field leader. I'm like, I like doing that anyway.
Right.
So
You're
yeah,
good to go.
yeah, like I got the dual comms down. I'm good at that. That came from being a mortarman actually. Because in doing the fire direction control, you've got two radios. You've got your fires net and battalion net.
Uh-huh.
So I've got both of them. The hand mics clipped into my helmet. That's how I used to run it, both into my helmets when I have
Right.
to do it on one. And then I just know, which is which. Right is fires, left is battalion. Because right-handed, I'm gonna, talk to the fires more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into there. But I got the dual comms down, so
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Some people shy away from it. They're like, I don't want any of this. But
Mm-hmm.
yep, it's too much. I can't pay attention when both are screaming.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a lot, but you get used to it. So
Yeah, that comm work is you've really got to have some practice with it.
uh-huh.
If people don't have practice with it and they go out to these mil sims and stuff, like communication, that's what me and Maddie were talking about this past time just a few days ago, is how important communication is for mil sims because
Critical.
yeah, if you've got a decent team, like decent sized team, you want to actually win some objectives or do some damage in the game. You've got to have comms, man. You got to have comms. You got to have somebody on the comms that knows how to direct and knows how to speak on comms.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
a lot of guys, the newbie thing is panic on the radio and there's enemies over here. Where?
Yep. By the
Like,
tree.
dude.
What fucking tree? Yep. When I brief my guys, I tell them, stay off the command net, and for the love of God, don't say by the fucking tree. I don't know what the fucking tree means. There's thousands of those fucking things.
I'll shoot you myself, okay? Make you walk back to spawn, bitch.
Yep. Not out, dead men tell no tales.
That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta have some practice with it because I remember when I was in and we learned how to call in strikes and stuff like that. Going
Mhm.
from the maps, land nav and all that, whatever. It was like
Mhm.
you had to be very specific, and you had to. It's almost like it just doesn't pop in your head. It takes
Mhm.
practice.
Yes.
Like I remember the big thing for us was we call in airstrike or
Mhm.
artillery or or not airstrike. I'm sorry, artillery or whatever. When we had to practice calling our
Yep.
artillery, it was or that or mortars. It was the big thing was you never say repeat, right?
Correct.
You say
Correct. Because
say
I'll
again,
I'll
like if
shoot
you
it.
don't hear,
Yep.
because
I'll
repeat
shoot it
is a
twice.
separate command. Exactly.
Yep. It means I'll hit it
Um,
again.
yeah, if you don't hear what they say, then you say again, not repeat, because repeat means that shit's coming in. So,
Yep.
and if it's in the wrong spot, you better start running. So,
Yep. No,
oh
and
yeah,
I
but
do
yeah,
like I
you gotta
said,
have practice, man.
yeah, like I said, I do fire direction control. So you'd have been talking to
Yeah,
someone like me.
yep,
And if I hear somebody saying repeat over the radio, I'd be like, "Are you
it's good to go.
sure?" Okay, okay. Here's 10 rounds.
Here it comes.
But you called,
Yeah,
man.
I know, right?
Um, yeah. One thing I would love to see in airsoft is mortars. I know Taggin had one they were working on,
Yeah, really.
and yeah. So it's a 60 millimeter mortar. It looks just like one. It's like
Whoa,
go on YouTube. I think it's called the Dominus mortar. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
get out.
Um,
I'm gonna go look this shit up right now.
so if you look up, shit, come on. Yeah. Um, Taggin mortar. If you look that up in YouTube, oh
Yeah.
shit, Gun Gamers had one.
No
I
way.
Yeah, well, they
What?
had a video on it 3 years ago. Oh
Okay.
shit. Um, yeah, Dominus
Oh,
mortar aiming and correction. Um, yeah,
Silo's got one. Okay.
I I want to play with that so bad. Like that would be my new YouTube thing because like I'm a mortarman. It I have to.
Right.
And I mean the rounds are going to be dummy expensive, but
They gotta
if
be.
I could get a couple of my guys like friends from the military,
Yeah.
and at least one of them said he'd do it with me. If I showed him this, he's like, "You get that, I'll come play." I'm like, "Okay."
Right.
If I can, and I mean, I think it was, if I remember correctly, he was shooting like 300 meters, which is for a real mortar, that's crap. But for airsoft, it's like, holy shit.
That's crazy.
I want to say it was 300 meters. I might be wrong, but still,
Well, I
I mean,
wonder if so I'm looking at one from Silo Entertainment
mhm.
that let's see. These are shorts. Mortar at an airsoft event. Now I've seen the ones. I don't know what kind of pyro they're called, but I see them all the time with in the UK. They have the the shoulder fired like grenade, and it
Okay.
shoots out of a tube. But they strike the grenade, right? They ignite it, and then you stuff it in the tube, and it goes off by itself, and it shoots down there, and then
Mhm.
goes off. But I think it's a timed thing. I don't think it's impact.
Okay.
Uh, so let's pull this up real quick. All right, so let's look at some of these real quick. Let's see what
Mhm.
if these are legit. Oh, good lord, of course. Yeah, because we've seen the rocket or the grenade launchers.
Mhm.
I've actually seen there's one right here with a landmine. I've seen those, but the mortars, like what you're talking about.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this rainy day in an action airsoft game. But today is a
Whoa!
centerpiece of our plan. We start the game with me and my teammate going all the way around the field.
All right, we don't want to see the whole thing. I just want to see the mortar.
Let's see if I can.
See if you can pull one up too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. I gotta like juggle
Oh, you're
between
on
my
your phone.
computer
Shit,
and my
that's right. Okay.
yeah. This is okay. I got my computer right below it.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see. It's going to here.
And I hope to see you.
I'll go back to the beginning here. Okay.
Our 75mm mortar that Norbert sent to me. So if you haven't seen this video yet, show it off.
I'll just send it to you.
First. The mortar is powered by green gas or CO2 and fires water balloons, smoke grenades, grenades or anything really that fits inside the barrel.
Oh shit!
They've been extremely
It
rare
really works like a
action in
Hmm.
airsoft game.
mortar tube.
I had to click watch stream to be able to see your screen. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get on here. There
Yeah. Yeah. If you watch that video that I just sent you, that's the one
okay.
that that's all. It's got the plotting board, and I even commented on it. It's like I've been in 11 Charlie for years. Like this is amazing to me. It's like seeing that plotting board. I'm like, that's what I use in the Army. Now the Army one's a little different, but I mean I could figure this out. If I can do the real thing, I can do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I would love to have one of these. It would be so freaking cool. I'd go bankrupt just buying the rounds. I'd go bankrupt.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Let's get to where they're shooting this thing.
So the next.
All right, they're actually plotting where to shoot it. Wow.
Yep. That's just like a real 60. Yep, a real 60 has that. Yeah.
And they've got their phone hooked up to it too.
Yeah.
Like it's got a phone holder. Look.
Yeah.
What? That looks like machined aluminum.
Yeah. Now, a real one, you wouldn't use that gaze or that rangefinder there unless you're shooting handheld.
Right,
you wouldn't use it conventional like that. But
okay.
For this system, it makes sense.
Gotcha.
That looks just like a 60.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
First of we will shoot 156 meter. Splash.
Supposed to say shot, not splash, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. They give a correction.
Yeah.
Left, right, add, drop.
Yeah.
And then
okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little thing hooked up on their phone.
So after the calculation, spans 20 meters further.
So anyone that's listening instead of watching this thing right now, I am scrolling through this video trying to find a good spot where they're shooting this thing. There we go. It's pretty quiet, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, then you couldn't see where it landed.
I think they show you.
Up.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's like a grenade. So it doesn't go on impact. It bounced. It looked like a couple times, but maybe it's timed.
I would think so, probably. I mean, trying to get an impact fuse on that for airsoft would probably be really difficult. Well, maybe not, because we've got the tag in 40 millimeter ones that do it.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I can't wait for this to become available. Like, I'm buying it. I don't care how expensive it is.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would love to have him. That would be like, oh, yeah, Joker will have his grenade launcher, and I'll have that. Yep.
The tag in team. The tag in tag team, okay.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, you add that with, like at Ascension, I actually used my knowledge of how to call for fire to like notionally do it on an LPOP I saw. So up on a cliff, they had, observers watching us. So I told my PL, I'm like, hey, they're up there. There's pyro in this. Can I call a fire mission on it? He's like, fuck yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get on the command net, and like the CO's like, yeah, fucking do it too. So I call it in, like actually like the proper way, as close as I could in Airsoft at least. They couldn't get all the way up there in time, and then they thought I was calling. I was using ATAC, and I'd never used ATAC before to get the grid.
Oh, right.
And they're like, "Oh, you're calling for fire on the parking lot." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not." But I guess the parking lot was near there. But
gotcha.
No, this is something that me and one of the other staff members were talking about, how we would like to put something together in the future for that. I can't speak for what Gun Gamers is going to do because I'm not like part of it. I'm just staff for them. But
right.
I would put something together for them.
Yeah,
And
that'd be cool,
I
man.
think it'd be cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I could teach a quick call for fire class, the airsoft version.
Somebody needs to do that for real.
Yeah.
They need to
Yeah.
have classes for all of the leaders to
Uh-huh.
for comms and proper use on comms, call outs, directions, orders, how to direct like that. That would be like the terminology,
Yeah.
all that kind of shit would be really helpful for people because I think me and Maddie talked about it too because how important it is to have good comms or good leadership on comms.
Yeah. You're giving me video ideas. I like this.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah. I could
Teach
do
'em.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. Might as well.
It'd be really helpful.
Yeah. At least get everybody talking the same on the radio.
So what you could do too. Now that we're talking about it, you go to a lot of different milsims for different milsim or event coordinators, event hosts. Whatever, like Third Coast. You got probably American Milsim.
Yep.
All the different. Obviously, who did ArcLight? Grimnir. Okay. Yep. Stuff like that. You can actually, if you made a good enough, like clean, edited video where step one, like this, like all the basics and teach them, you could tag these guys. They could actually use your video to send to all of their leadership, for the upcoming event. Like here, you don't know how to use the radio very well. Watch this video and learn it before you get here. It'd be really good.
I have a blank Word document up on my computer.
There you go. Do it. That would be awesome. I'd promote it as well. Because I talked to a lot of event hosts and obviously people that have, way longer in the airsoft community than myself. And they go to a lot of different milsims,
Yeah. I'd say give it a couple months. It'll be on my channel.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Good.
I've been trying to come up with, good video ideas without,
absolutely.
I don't get to play that much right now because my wife and I are expecting another kid. I'm trying to be here with her and, even, going into 2024, I'm not going to be going like at least like the first quarter. I'm not going to be going to a lot of events. Got to be here with the family. It's, priority one.
Absolutely, dude.
So, but I'm like, I don't want my family. Yeah. I don't want my family to die off. So I got to do something.
No, I mean, but if you do something consistent, like once a month, even something short, then you're fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's become once a month for now. But I've got a couple ideas, but once I get home from work, I'm like, I don't even want to go downstairs.
You're gonna put the door, man, from work, and your little kids, they're like, "Daddy," and then they want to play, and they gotta tell you all that happened that day, and whatever kind of trouble they got in, and what they're excited about. Dude, you can't push them away and go, "Hey, I got work to do." Like, it's, dude.
I fully agree, man. No, I love it. Best part of my day is when I come through the door and the kids run at me, the dog runs at me, tries to knock me back into the door. And I love it. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Now, so are you the? Do you guys have one income right now? Like your wife stays at home with the kids.
Yep, she stays home. She would want to work, but daycare costs so much.
Not the expense of giving your kids to somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have to. I mean, I'm thankful. I'm in a lucky position that most people aren't. I got one job, and that's all we need. We don't have.
It takes a sacrifice.
Yeah, we don't have excess, but I've got what we need. And
exactly, dude.
In today's economy, I'm blessed to have that, and I know that.
So the reason I asked is because my wife and I did that. We made that choice when a lot of our friends weren't. And this is back, our oldest is 29. He's turned 29 a couple months ago. And so we made the same choice. And it is a sacrifice. Like we chose to make it work no matter what. Like we wanted that kind of stability at home with the kids when they're little. And so it was, it is tempting sometimes to do the work thing, both parents work and that kind of thing. but there's a lot of younger people now that are starting to have kids that really truly think or don't know if they can make it. Like it can work. You're doing it.
Mhm.
My daughter is
Yeah.
doing it. My oldest daughter's doing it, and out in Utah where the cost of living is a little more expensive. She's out. Well, the housing costs are way more expensive than in South Carolina. She's doing it. Right, her husband works at airport, and she stays home with the kid. They have 2 little kids. My son is doing it. Our youngest son. He's got 3 kids. They just had their 3rd in July.
Nice.
They're doing it. So they've got a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-3-month-old or whatever, and they're doing it. Like it's and actually they're going to be homeschooling their kids because of all the craziness going on in some of the public schools or whatever. So it is really, it's inspiring to see that you can do it. Like you can do it. Anyone out there watching, listen, if you're younger and you're worried about it, listen, you make that choice and you kind of make that firm choice and you just do it. Okay. You just start doing it and you're going to have a sacrifice. My wife and I, we didn't take expensive vacations when the kids were little, and we didn't have a lot of excess. Like you said, we didn't have a lot of material things, but we don't care. We didn't care. We didn't care back then, and we don't care now. Like it's 100% worth it to see how our kids are now as adults. They're not like normal 20-year-olds, like the 20-year-olds that are out there. I'm not saying they're better. I'm saying they're way more informed and they're way more stable with themselves. Okay.
Yep.
So it's 100% worth it, bro. I was just talking to somebody messaged me the other day, wanting to do, he runs a different podcast, not Airsoft related, but I met him through one of his friends who plays Airsoft that I've had on here. And, he messaged me, or he made a post on his Instagram about that same thing. Him and his wife have chosen to do the same thing. I think he's in his late 20s, early 30s. His kids are young, and they're choosing to do the same thing. And it's best thing, he wouldn't go back on it. Like it's, and actually he wants to do a podcast just on that subject, with him and I.
Yeah.
It's there's more people out there that are doing it than people think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's inspiring. It's inspiring because it's really important for the kids to have that.
Yeah. They're my number one priority. Even though I love this sport, I'm passionate about it. Yeah, I would give all this up in a heartbeat, no question. If Airsoft to the kids, buy Airsoft, buy all of it gone.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, never have to go to another game again. So be it. I'd rather be with the kids. I mean, even this year, my son started, my oldest, he's like, "Oh, you're going to Airsoft?" The last game I went to, I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh," and looked kind of upset. I'm like, taking a while off, couple months.
Yeah.
And the next weekend, we're going to play all weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to do whatever you want, buddy. That's here.
Yeah,
so,
man. That's good.
Yeah. Yep. Love those goobers. They drive me nuts though. Oh my Lord,
dude. Hey, it ain't all hugs and nice things going on when the kids are little. It's craziness sometimes. Okay, like they want to, they're tired of being told what to do by the time they're 6 and 7. Okay, and they're starting to show it.
True. That's so
like,
true.
bro, it don't take. When we start having kids, everyone, all of our parents and the aunts and uncles, they're all, they're like 10 years, 12 years, 15 years older than us, telling us. All of our relatives stuff, they're telling us, "Oh, just wait till they're teenagers," and then they start turning like 6, 7, 8, and I'm like, "What? What do you mean teenage? They're doing it now. Like,
Exactly.
They're already like doing it. Like what? They act like a teenager now."
And like, it's like, did they go into the teenage years early or something? Like, oh my god, like,
Right.
Oh my Lord.
They're like, "Oh, terrible twos." I'm like, the dude's 1.5 and he's doing it. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And then, when they turn 3, when does the terrible twos end?
It doesn't.
No,
it
goes
doesn't.
Right.
No,
it doesn't.
It goes right into teenage years. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yep.
It's the difference is when they're 7, 8, whatever, up until maybe around 10-ish, they when they're those younger years, they still, like when you come home from work, right? They're still like, "Oh, daddy," and like they want to hang out with you. They want to, all this stuff. And when they're 10, probably 11 or so, 10 or 11, they're like, it gets a little less and a little less. And then 12, bye. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Dad's home again. Damn it! I was trying to get away with some, you know.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I'm hoping though when they hit 12, we go to the field together.
yeah,
That's
there
what
you
I want.
go. Yeah, yeah,
So I live right by one of the biggest fields in Maryland. Hey boys, you do good in school, do all
yeah.
your homework, do all the right things. We'll go play and have fun.
Nice.
So I'm hoping I can get them all involved in this.
That'd be
And
great,
then
man.
yeah, and then when they're, teenagers, we go to Mill Sims. I have a fire team. There's what, 5 of me?
Yep, there
That's
you go.
awesome. That's awesome.
It's perfect fire team.
Yep. So we'll have Reaper 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. It's gotta add a 5. Gotta add an XO in there.
No,
Um,
they're not gonna want. Not all of them are gonna want that nickname. Okay,
no,
because
that's
you're
okay.
gonna have at least one that's gonna be like, no, y'all can follow Dad. Okay, I'm not doing it. It's
That's
gonna be
right.
the middle child. That's what it's gonna be. The middle child syndrome
Yeah.
is gonna come out and be like, nope. I'm
Hmm.
gonna pick some other random name. Okay, I've worked with these guys down here in South Carolina that they're all like here in South Carolina, like in the South, majority of people follow college football more than NFL. Okay, it's
Really?
just a huge, yeah, it's a huge thing, and a lot of
Okay.
it is because South Carolina, especially, is one of the states that didn't have its own NFL team. Okay, so college and college football is just huge. They always got into it. So there's Clemson, there's South Carolina Gamecocks. So it is, and those two are rivals, obviously. But I've worked with so many dudes in factories and stuff down here that we'll go outside and see their pickup truck, and on the front, they've got like a Florida State plate, like
Mhm.
college or something. I'm like, oh, did you grow up in Florida? No, grew up here. I'm
Hmm.
like, what? Oh yeah, I'm one of 4 brothers, and I'm in the middle.
Ah.
And all the brothers are my parents and my brothers are all Clemson fans, and I'm just sick of it. So I picked a random team. I said, okay,
Hey,
it's
I'm
awesome.
okay with that. If one of the boys wants to, and even if they
Yeah,
decide they don't want to play, I'm not going to make them.
right.
But
Oh yeah,
I mean, they all want to run in this room all the time.
oh
So I
yeah.
think that being around it,
They'll want to play.
they
Yeah,
already
you
think
get
it's
them into
cool.
it young, they'll do it.
Yeah, but no, I'll support them if they want to. They don't want to play. They do want to
Right.
play. They want to call themselves some other calls. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
As long as we're having fun together, that's all that matters.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Yep.
man. That's cool. So what do you got?
Yeah.
Go over some of the guns you got in the back there. What's do you still have your very first airsoft gun ever?
No, I wish.
Okay.
My
Okay.
so I had a couple in the very beginning. I actually got one for Christmas. I'll tell you that all the before I get into all this.
Okay.
So I got my first actual airsoft gun for Christmas, but I couldn't really do anything with it. No, wait, sorry. So much airsoft. Step back. First airsoft gun I ever got was a Spring 1911, and I
Nice.
kind of alluded to this in a TikTok I made, where I went back to the store on the boardwalk. It was in Ocean City, Maryland. They have all these on the boardwalk. They got all these stores, just random shit, all this like touristy stuff. When I was, oh God, I had to have been like 13 or 14. So my cousin used to come with us on these trips, and he and I walked into the store with my stepdad, and we saw these toy guns on the wall. And my mom said, absolutely not, can't have them. Well, my stepdad bought them for us. They were Spring
Nice.
1911s. Biggest pieces of crap ever, to disgrace the airsoft, industry. But we ended up going back to the hotel room and just having wars, like all day. Like we'd just be shooting each other in the hotel. That was my first exposure. Then I got a Tokyo Marui M4A1, and I wish to God I still had that.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah, I wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah.
But I was younger, so I didn't really get to use it, and my stepdad held on to it. I thought he was being unfair, but in hindsight, probably best he did, because kids do dumb things, and I'm glad that temptation wasn't there.
Yeah.
So, as I got older, he just wouldn't let me use it. So I'm like, okay, I have a job. I'll just buy my own. So I ended up buying an Echo One G36C
Oh, nice.
in 2008. Yep. And that's what I used at the Battle of the Bulge game. So I don't know what happened to that. I did eventually get a hold of that Tokyo Marui M4. I don't remember what to do with it. I have a picture of it somewhere on a hard drive somewhere.
Okay.
But I wish I still had them.
Yeah.
So I'll go through a couple of these. So this is the one I use primarily. This started its life as a VFC Avalon. Obviously, I did, I guess, what I consider my signature paint job, where it's
Looks awesome.
yeah, base of tan with a laundry bag over it, and then lines of black,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll dust tan over it again to kind of break that up. So I've got a knockoff Peck box up on top, and a Noveski. What do they call this thing? The muzzle flash tracer unit.
Oh yeah.
Evic actually sent me that for free, which was awesome.
Oh sweet.
Yeah, I was super happy. That's been a great partnership. They're awesome. Random, once again, another random message like, "Hey, would you like this?" Like, yes, please.
No, I don't want it.
Yeah, like, well, who's gonna say
Can you
no?
imagine? Right?
Yeah, for real. And then I've got the knockoff T1 optic on top. This I actually gave this to a guy at a local field, or semi-local. He's on Instagram as and I'm going to say this wrong probably, Wendigo Customs. I saw his guns at it's called a field called NRAP in Tawnytown, Maryland, and this thing shoots. His guns shoot amazingly. So I'm like, take this, take the stack of cash, turn this gun into yours, and this thing's it's amazing. The range accuracy's epic. The only problem I had with it was my own fault. I took it up on a helo mission at Operation Gunbreaker in a thunderstorm. I don't know if you watched that video on my channel.
No, huh?
It was a downpour in the air.
Yeah. Right.
It was super intense and super cool, but you can actually hear as I'm shooting, you can hear me muffled say, fuck, because it stopped shooting. And then I had to like cycle it back to from, auto to semi, and it would just like run away on me because it's got a MOSFET in it. It would just run away on full auto, and I'm like, whatever. I'm paid for this mission. I'm going to shoot. And then later on, we had to do a follow-on mission when we got on the ground. We had to get off the bird, get into a Humvee, and then assault a machine gun position.
Mm-hmm.
Airsoft Junkies actually has the footage of me running with my pistol into a cloud of smoke. Yeah, so somebody popped smoke, and, I guess I could have done this a little bit differently, but, I had a cloud of smoke, and I can't see him. He can't see me. I just rushed the guy.
Yeah.
But my gun stopped shooting. I put it down, pulled my pistol. For whatever reason, that didn't shoot. I guess it didn't have enough gas in it. Whip that mag out, put a new one in. I'm like, all right, I got like 15 rounds. Let's go. Pop up and just charge it. And then I got the guy. Like, hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and there were a couple guys in the woods, but we were out hunting them at first, but I'm like, no, our mission was to assault and clear the machine gun nest.
Mm-hmm.
We've done that. Get out. So we all got out, got back in the Humvee, and they're like, "That was a really good time, guys." I'm like, okay. We wasted a lot of time in the woods. But yeah, nobody else wanted to just rush the thing.
Uh-huh.
So that's what we did. Somebody popped smoke,
cool, man.
and off we went. So that's my primary. This one, this I bought from my buddy Cutthroat on Dark Horse 6. I don't know if he's ever been on your show. You ever talked to him?
Has. Yep.
Yeah, great dude.
Yep. He's a veteran as well.
Yep, Navy vet. Love that guy. Yeah, he sold me this. I think it's got a Gate Titan in it. Max hop up. I have no idea what bucking he's got in here. Right before Benghazi, the Grimnir put on, I put a field spring in it. Well, one of my teammates did. If I try to take this thing apart, I'll never get it back together. I just too many little pieces, and I can't do it. This thing shoots almost as good as that, but not quite. So this is my good backup gun. So yeah, I haven't really done too much with this yet. And then
looks good.
Oh shit! Well, pin fell
there
off.
goes your peg. Yep. I do that all the time, bro. I do that all the time.
Yeah. And this one also came from Cuddy. This is, I want to say it was an LCT AK.
Oh, okay.
This thing is also a workhorse. I use this at Ascension. So I was playing on the Kingdom of Gojeria team. So in the Gun Gamers universe, they have the Almeric Republic fighting the Kingdom of Gojeria.
Okay.
The Homeric Republic, I don't know if it was by design, kind of looks more NATO, where the Kingdom of Gogeria kind of looks more Russian. So I'm like, all right, AK. Another fantastic gun. I don't know if he's done anything to it. I don't think he did. Looks stock inside to me. Doesn't need a thing.
Yeah.
Flawless. A great gun. At least shooting the 2.8s. That's another thing Gun Gamers does since they have the limited ammo. They provide it. Everybody shoots 2.8s. So nobody has a ballistic advantage except their DMR.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody's on the same playing field.
Oh, that's cool.
It's great. It's awesome.
That's smart. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's put that on the ground. Someone to mess that up. This one isn't anything special. I got this out of a mystery box. I just think it looks cool in the background.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Might do something with it eventually. This one's kind of cool. I like the selector switch. It doesn't go all the way. It goes half. That's semi. That's auto.
Okay.
It doesn't rotate all the way back.
Right.
It's kind of unique. It probably would confuse me a little bit. You know, in the heat of the moment, I'd probably switch it to auto, not realize it. Yeah, really lightweight. That feels good in my hand, but kind of shoots like a potato right now. The FPS is really low. I'm not sure why.
What is that? What brand is that? Because I think we've got one of those in a mystery box as well.
This is
cutouts are kind of cool, like around the not cutouts, but the indents on the magwell. And
yeah, it's
yeah.
I'd have to look it up. F4. Well, that's interesting. I never noticed that before. F4 Defense, Leonardtown, Maryland.
Yeah.
I used to.
Okay.
One of my former teammates lives in Leonardtown.
Yeah.
And we used to play on his property when we were younger.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh shit.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I have to look that one up. And then I just got some generic pistols behind me. But what else can I show you? It's kind of cool. I'm gonna pick you back up and take you over to the gun wall. Get around all my lights. What else? All right. Shotgun came out of a mystery box. I got this guy. What are you? This is the I forget what the hell this thing's called. TK45.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the ARP.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so I got this from
that
a.
looks cool.
Yeah, I got this at a swap meet at Replay Airsoft.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what I traded for it. It's got a tracer unit in it. I don't know how good this image is there. I love that he wrote "not a vector" on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a vector.
Yeah, and I guess he got tired of people calling it a vector.
I'm sure.
So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So we got MP5. A lot of this came out of mystery boxes. In fact, most of it did. MP5 with I think that's the swordfish flash hider on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've never even shot that one. Oh, this has dust on it. I got to fix that. It's disgraceful.
That's a disgrace.
It is. And the M14 EBR, I actually did a mystery box swap with Team Shadow Airsoft on YouTube.
Okay.
He hit me up and he's like, "Hey, do you want to give this a shot?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool, man. Why not?" And I think that's pretty cool. It's unique.
That's cool.
Got a boneyard. Well, not boneyard, but work in progress. Polar Star.
Nice.
What else we got? Got a Sima AK up here.
Yep. Had a bunch of those in mystery boxes. Yep.
Yep. I like that one. I like the wood. I may do some work to it. I'm not sure yet. Mm-hmm. This one I also got at a swap shop. This AK. This has there's something wrong with the MOSFET. It's got a gate tighten. The selector switch doesn't work right.
Okay.
You'll shoot semi and then randomly it'll shoot full auto just out of nowhere. He said it's a great bad guy gun because it has the authentic rustic patina on it.
Nice.
If you were in his basement. So I got to clean that up. Dragonoff got in a mystery box. This one's the Lantac that spells that's Fort where is it? Fort Worth, Texas spelled wrong.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took the stock and put it on my my Mark 18.
Yeah.
Got some pistols. These were mainly just here for a backdrop.
Sure.
Yeah. Like I'm a Milsimer, but I have a random purple gun.
Was that in the mystery box?
Sure was.
Wow.
Yeah. Then over here, I got a gas blowback up top. The magazine stopped working almost immediately.
Oh shit.
As yeah. Then I've got Cyber Gun, Mark 18 that came in a mystery box. It's
Nice.
got a really lightweight plastic body, and it's got this really nice trigger on it.
Mm.
It's like one of those like micro switch triggers, I think is what they're called.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I think it's pretty nice. Needs some upgrades to be really good, but um, I forget what this is. It's like the tomahawk or something. Make sure that's a good shot of it.
That
Um,
looks cool, man.
yeah, that was in one of my mystery box videos where I titled it "What the heck is this thing?"
Yeah.
It's like a small sniper rifle. Um,
Okay.
then I've got more pistols.
Yep.
Looks like my son was playing with that. My 5-year-old comes down here and pulls the hammers back,
Oh yeah.
and then he'll ask to shoot him.
Nice.
Silly goose. And then I got a couple more just random guns sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Got a sniper rifle. Got a Barrett.
Oh, you got the. Is that the 6 millimeter?
Yep.
Brand.
Yep.
Yeah, we had
Sure
one.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what my kids did to it because I don't think it's supposed to do that. I'm sure
Oh, the
it's
barrel.
something. Yeah, actually, I might have just tightened it and figured it out.
I was gonna say I think it does unscrew because it came in. We got it in the box. It came in pieces, obviously, because it's so long. But yeah, it does screw in. We actually we traded it with somebody for some kind of pistol that we wanted to do a review on. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a giveaway for that, but
Oh
the shipping would be horrible because it's so heavy.
yeah.
But I still might. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for guns, and then I've got other kit in here, so I
That's a lot.
can. Yeah, I got some helmets here, batteries.
Oh, that's nice. You got the. Did you build that, or was that one of those like shelves that you get
So
for? Go ahead.
I actually got this shelf. I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace. That was free on the side of the road.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, can't beat that. I'm like, that goes in the airsoft room.
Yeah, because this is like the kind they have in pre or elementary schools. Where kids put their little shoes and their little tiny backpack thing and or whatever in it.
They
Like
have
a
little
cubby.
cubbies.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
perfect. It's good
Holds
for
all your
helmets and
lids.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then moving on again, I got just going a little more in depth. My plate carriers, at least my main ones.
Yeah.
I forget which brand this is. I also got that at a swap meet. I like Multicam Tropic. I didn't have any green kit, so why not?
Gotcha.
These two are my favorites, the Agilite K19s.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a lot of those in use right now with the current events.
Dude, I was gonna say, hang on to those, man, and
Yeah.
thoughts and prayers for real go out to Agilite and all those guys and anyone else over there right now going through all that shit because they're like right. I think they're headquartered right by Gaza.
Yeah, no, 100%. I second that. No, I'm with them 100% on it, and support them.
Me
I don't know if
too.
you before I got the flags up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been a big fan of their kits for a while now. Actually, it was Cuddy who got me into it.
Okay.
This was actually his. I bought it from him. The multicam black one. He wants to
I like
to
that.
trade me. He wants to trade me the multicam black for the multicam arid, but I don't know. We'll see. I like multicam black a lot.
Okay.
And this one, the regular multicam is. Make sure that image is good. You can see it well. I just did a video on this. This is my go-to for milsims.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's without plates. I wouldn't. Some people want to run plates for airsoft. More power to them. I'm not. But it's really lightweight as it fits. I mean, if they want to, if that's how you want to play, then
if they're in that kind of shape, good.
Yeah.
Good for them. That's awesome.
yeah. And who am I to tell somebody how to play their game?
I wouldn't
Yeah,
do it, but hey, it's cool.
Yeah, if they want to do it, more power to them.
Man.
But it just if they're in my squad, tell me so I know to watch you in case you're a heat cat.
Hey,
um,
bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. If somebody's running steel or real plates for a mill sim, and you are a heat casualty, I ain't picking you up. Okay, you're gonna sit there and just lay there until you can fix yourself. All right.
somebody get the ice sheets. Yeah, fix that real quick.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, no, this thing's great. Like I said, this is my go-to. It's got a forget who makes this, but I got this placard on Amazon. Got a knockoff flat pack on the back, dual comms. It's got antennas wired into the back behind the flat pack.
Yeah.
I don't know how well you can see that. So
Yep.
there's
Yep.
really long whip antennas, which is actually nice because it keeps the
Those are
back rigid.
nice.
Yeah, never had
Oh,
me.
dude, we were just talking about that. I did a podcast last night with. Do you follow Muddy Reviews on
It
Instagram or YouTube?
it sounds familiar. I might.
Yeah, definitely follow him. I'll send you his link on
Okay.
the Discord here. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. He does a lot
Right.
of. He just retired from the Navy for 20 years, and he was a riverine. So
Oh.
he was in combat, like on the boats and stuff. And he went through. He's like, man, I'm just telling you, I have so much gear that I built up for 20 years. That is, airsoft and real stuff. And he's like, I'm a gear queer, and I don't care. Like, I know.
Yeah.
And he does really, really detailed reviews on these. Anyway, he was just talking about how nice it is to have these packs and stuff, and the plate carriers stuff that have some kind of rigidity in different pieces of them, because some of these places are starting to do that now. And it really
Yeah.
helps.
Nice. Who is that again? I'm going to look him up on YouTube now.
Muddy, Muddy.
Okay.
Muddy Reviews. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's good, man. He's got
Nice.
so many good, so much
Okay.
good gear that he goes over.
I am now subscribed. I will
There
check
you
out his
go,
video
dude.
at some
Hell
point. Probably tomorrow night when my kids go to bed.
Yeah, tell him if you comment on his video, tell him E-Rock sent you over here.
Will do.
Hell yeah.
Get my camera
So yeah,
back.
you got some good gear, man. I love talking to guys that have the all these different gear setups,
Yeah.
Especially veterans that know that have worn these kind of setups and gear setups in the military or whatever. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. No, I'm one of those gear queers. I've been made fun of it in the military forever. I stopped caring when I became an E4. I'm like,
yeah, who cares?
I don't care.
Fuck
Yeah, it's like as a private, yeah, okay, maybe I kind of deserved it. But if I'm trying to wear something cool, maybe. But as an E4, like, oh, look at you, high speed. Yep, that's me.
It's so weird, man. When I went in, it's like you spend all this effort trying to earn this title, and it's and then when you get to the fleet, we call it the fleet, because we're part of the Navy or whatever. But when you get out to the fleet, like your first duty station stuff, it's everyone that's been in for 2 years or more, they're like, in your boot, right? Your FNG, like you're still excited about being a Marine, and they're like, what? Like, dude, like, do not go out in town wearing that fucking piece of shit, USMC T-shirt you got from the PX. Okay, we will beat your ass.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, but I mean, I'm kind of proud to be a Marine. Like, what, But then you learn, pretty quickly after you get fucked by the green weenie a couple times in the government. You're like, oh, okay, got it.
So true. That's so true.
Got it.
Yep. I was that way. I was so proud to, especially being in the infantry. It's like, hell yeah, I'm an infantryman. And then years down the road, I'm like, wait a minute, this sucks. And then like I got to be a specialist and I sat there for a while. Then now I'm a sergeant and I'm like, yeah, it's like, can I get out now? Like, I just get out. But yeah, now if I like, heck, I've done mortar live fires in that K-19, and ain't nobody saying shit to me.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Yeah, it's like, we had a private with us who was a gear queer, and I'm like, that's cool. That I respect that you got the Spiritus rig and everything, but like, don't wear that your first live fire for the love of God. Like, I'm not going to yell at you, but the platoon sergeant will. Like, don't. Tried to come out there looking all decked out. I'm like, bro, I
Right.
get it, but don't.
Like
Not on your first.
if you're new, the best thing you can do with your gear and your camis is go out there and rub them in the fucking mud, okay?
Yep.
And don't wash them. You know, unless you have an inspection, don't wash them. Just get that shit scratched up, dirtied, so you don't look like and smell like you really just got off the fucking bus, okay?
Because we'll notice a mile away. It's like, that's a clean uniform. That's brand new. Like, all my shit's faded, and I'm like, I could get new stuff. I'm like, no. Like,
all the hose that come on base to find all the guys, they're like, oh, there's the new guy. Okay, come on.
Yep. Heck, all my stuff, the stuff I'm wearing at drills, like, it's like my sun bleached shit from Africa. It's like, whatever. It's like, whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, man. Good times. 250 days and it'll be over with. It'll be a memory.
Dude, we when I was in Okinawa, my first duty station was in Okinawa, Japan for a year. And once you hit, what was our countdown calendar? We had a short time calendar. So it was, a short timers calendar. And I want to say it was 30 days, but maybe it was longer. I can't remember. Maybe it was 90 days. So once you hit that mark, you would, somebody print them out and everyone had access to them. They were real basic. Somebody had just hand drawn this a helmet, a combat helmet that we used to have back then with over top of a pair of boots. And the pair of boots, this is a hand drawing, like cartoon drawing, and it's just black and white, whatever. But the pair of boots are like just the fronts of them are sticking out because the helmet's covering them, right? So this was like the outline of this thing, and then they just drew camouflage, like squiggly lines around, and they're like puzzle pieces almost. And it equaled whatever it was, 90 days, or maybe it was a full year calendar, and you started counting it down. I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest. But anyway, you would black out each day for your countdown calendar until you got down to one. So that was your short timers calendar.
Nice.
Yeah. So once once you get on that, okay, hey, this is great. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm there. I mean, like I said in the beginning, I'm proud of what I did. I'm happy I did it. If I look back, would I have done things differently? Maybe, but it got me where I am. But
for sure,
time to move on. Time to move on now.
Yeah, so. Man, that's how. Well, I did 4 and got out. I knew that if I re-upped, I was going straight back over to Okinawa for a year. You can't take your family unless you pay for it yourself. Which I was an E4 at the time, and you don't make a whole lot back. Back then it was halfway decent, but it wasn't enough to ship my wife over there and stay off base and pay for that shit for that long. But anyway, and we wanted to have kids young, and that's what we did. So I ended up getting out in July of '93, and it's a long ass time ago, bro.
93. I was born in 91.
Oh shit! I'd already done 4 years. You were 2 years old when I got out, so yeah.
Oh shit, man!
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, for real. Damn.
Yeah, I went in. My boot camp was October 11th. We just had a couple days ago, October 11th, 1989. I shipped out from Cleveland, Ohio. Ended up at Paris Island, and we, the start of all that stuff. But yeah, I had did my 4 and got out, and we talked about it. I was like, honestly, it was kind of scary, man. Like, you hear all these horror stories, like when you're active duty, it's like, this is all for 4 years. Yeah. It's 24/7. It really is. I know you sleep, and I know you have, we had weekends off. Majority of the time we'd have training and stuff too, but it was majority of the time we'd have weekends off once you're in the fleet. And the last duty station I was at Camp Pendleton. It was WFTBN or Weapons Field Training Battalion, Etzen Range. Out there was where all the recruits went out to qualify with the rifle. So when they were going through boot camp, Marine Corps boot camp has one on the East Coast and on the West Coast. West Coast is San Diego. So they would come up. All the recruits would come up to Etzen Range and qualify for their second month in boot camp on our range. So You know, you have time off, you know, you have weekends off, stuff, but you're really there like so much, and you're going through so much. You're like, okay, I've been part of this system for 4 years. Like I don't know what it's like on the civil. You know, you hear all the shit
Yeah.
like, oh, you're gonna become a civvy. You know, like, dude, what are you
Mm.
gonna do? You know,
Yeah.
like you can't
Yep.
take what you've learned in here and go apply it out there. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up washing cars or some shit. You know, I ended up in factories, but yeah, yeah. It was. I overall it was a good decision. I missed it. Like 2 years after I was out, I really missed it. The camaraderie. But see,
Yeah.
Airsoft takes care of that. You're in the Airsoft, so you go to Milsims, bro, and you're on a team.
Exactly.
You won't miss it as much, I don't think, if you get out. So
Yeah. I mean, and when I go to these events, it's like seeing extended family.
hmm
That's the best way I describe it. I see the Mobros, I see the Valkyrie Directive crew, all those guys, my own team.
yeah,
It's family. I love those
right.
guys. It's this very similar to what I've experienced in the military. Very
Yep,
similar. Especially being guard, I only see them once a month. So
right.
it's very, very similar.
Yeah, yeah.
But some of I didn't go overseas with those, airsoft guys, but
Sure.
that's a little different with those guys. But even
Yeah,
though
right.
my deployment was whatever, but we
Well,
still it's something we all did together. I mean,
exactly.
yeah,
Well,
yep,
I've got your YouTube video up that you were talking about with the Hilo mission in the rain.
yeah,
I want to show part of it if you don't mind.
yeah, man, go for it.
I think it'd be cool, and then
Yeah,
we can wrap it up.
yeah. Let me click, watch stream so I can watch it with you.
There you go. There you
All
go.
right. Yep, that's my buddy. Real quick, the guy in front of me.
Yep.
That's my friend Lynn,
The
call
one you
sign
got your
Bandit.
hand on his back. Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the OG Dogs of War that I was talking about. I've
Okay.
known him for like, oh God, 15 years. He knew me when I was a teenager. Um,
What?
yeah, he was, into paintball when I was in diapers. He's run airsoft events. Stand up guy. Lynn, if you're watching, I love you, brother. Um,
That's
and
awesome.
yeah, when we got off the bird, it's not on the in the video, but he tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, "I'm so fucking glad you got me back into this." Love
Nice.
that guy.
That is awesome. All right, let's see what
Yep,
we got here. It's the little bird. This is at Stonebreaker
yep.
this year, right?
Featuring rain. Yeah.
GTI at Barnwell, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Put on by Third Coast Airsoft.
Yeah.
Back in, is it April?
Um,
Can't remember what month it is.
maybe it was.
When did this come out? 6 months ago. Yeah. Okay. These Hilo missions have to be awesome, bro.
It's amazing. Everybody listening, if you can afford it, do it. So
100%.
fun. Yep, I've done 3. Every time I get a chance, I'm going to do it.
There you go. That's the same thing that Jackal. God, what is it? The guys from Florida. Shit.
Um,
I'm sorry, Matt. I forgot your team
it-
name.
was it House of
Milsim.
Jackals or something like
House of
that?
Jackals. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
He said
I
the
met
same
some of those
exact
guys.
thing. He's like, every time I go in the Hilo.
Yep.
Totally
Yep.
worth it. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's raining like crazy, bro. Now I remember a couple guys telling me that I was going to meet up with, saying, "Man, listen, it was a shit show with the rain. It was so rainy."
Yeah, and it's not even at like full downpour yet.
Uh huh.
It's like farther on, like when we're like on the other side of the building.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and there's a members version of this too where I didn't cut it, and there's times I had to turn my head to the side because it felt like needles like pounding in the side of my face.
Oh shit! Really?
It,
Oh, you're
it
getting
hurt
some
like
dudes.
hell.
You're
And
getting to shoot at some guys right here.
yep, and you can see the rain falling off the GoPro
Oh yeah,
in the
dude.
lens.
Yep.
Yeah. If there's one point where I think it's in this one where I look down and you can see how wet my pants are from
Okay.
this. Like this is an absolute downpour we're in. And
That's
there's one.
crazy.
I think it's coming up too where he banked right, and I'm basically looking straight at the ground. Oh, I love doing this. It's so fun. So fun.
Dude, that open area before the building is such a hot spot
Yeah.
for GTI there.
Next year when I'm going up, my team actually has a Polar Star M60. Next year when I do it,
shit.
it's going up with me.
Yeah, man. I like the music you put in here, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I got one of those subscriptions to Artlist.io. That's where I get all my stuff. The ads. Got to make my money.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're watching an ad for anyone that's listening.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go back to the video. Well, if you're listening, it ain't gonna matter to you anyway, because
Yeah.
you're seeing what's going on. So you'd have to go watch this part. It is. Let me see real quick. 2 hours and 9 minutes. Go watch the video. You'll see this helo mission, or probably 2 hours 8 minutes. Okay.
It's called Raining Plastic Airsoft Helo Mission featuring rain.
There you go. I'll have a link for this. I should put a link for this on the description. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how
Dude,
soaked I am.
Look at
there.
that. Whoa.
Yeah. I'm
It
like
is
fumbling to
pouring.
reload in there. Scaring the shit out of me. I'm like, I'm going to drop this. I'm going to
You're
drop
gonna
this.
drop everything, bro. It's so
Yeah.
slippery.
Yep.
Gloves are wet. Freaking everything's
Yep.
soaked.
Yep.
Oh, look
I'm
at these
drenched.
guys out in the open, bro. They're freaking
Yep.
dead.
Yep.
They're dead.
Yep. I'm drenched to the bone at this point. I'm loving every second of it.
Do you show yourself getting off the?
No, it fades off right as we
Okay,
land.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. They keep you up there for
I got
quite a while. Like
Yeah,
15 minutes or something.
Something like that. And this version's actually cut down.
Those are fun, man. Those are fun. I remember seeing when I first started researching the airsoft video stuff when I first started the channel because I didn't know anything about it. I remember seeing the first helo mission, and I want to say it was Airsoft Alphonse that I saw.
Yeah.
He has a ton of them that he puts out. You know, the helo stuff where he's using the machine guns or whatever. And really, I was like, dude, what? You can do that in Airsoft? I was like, whoa. That's wild. Okay.
Yeah, I actually met him down in Florida when at Overwatch 6.
Okay.
We ended up being in the same squad, and he was friends with the commander, and I was a PL, so I got to meet him. He gave me some YouTube advice. Super nice guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I got to hold that LMG that he uses, that AOR one painted one. Yeah, He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out. I'm not, for whatever reason, I'm not signed in on my computer right now to.
How dare you?
It's going to be a pain in the butt to log into this. Going to want this 2-factor nonsense.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll find a way to get it to you. But
we can just link it. Or you know what? I'll just point people to your channel. I'll have the link for your channel in here, and we'll do it that way. And then if they want to see the full video, I mean, you got that video there. If they want to see the full one, they can sign up as a member. I mean, that's what the membership's for. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did
Absolutely,
hold on, something go wrong with my camera right there? What is going on with my phone? Okay.
Did somebody call you?
No,
One
I
of
tried
your
to.
teammates is texting you because they're like, "Hey, are you on that podcast?"
They definitely want to get on the other teammates, but we gotta coordinate that. So.
Yeah, that'll work, man. Yeah, we can do a group one, or I can get them on, one by one like this or whatever. It's I'm down for whatever with that kind of stuff with the team podcasts. We've had, like I said, on Discord. I mean, you can have up to 99 people on a video call. Like it'd be totally useless, but you can have up to that many. I think the most we've had on here is like 8 or 10. Okay, so and we just take turns talking. It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it'd be fun. We can. I'm sure we could make something work. I'm not, like I said, not all of them would want to do it, but enough of them probably would.
Yeah, and especially when you have group ones, not everyone has to have their camera on. I've done only audio podcasts, on I still have my my camera on, but I've done it where somebody either camera didn't work or they didn't want it on, and and then we just talk. It's fine. I'm pretty flexible with this stuff. I don't have a format, and I don't have too many rules. Actually, I don't have any rules on here. So I don't have any rules, man. I really don't. I'm not a great podcast host. I'm just I love people. Just honestly love people. And then I just talk to him like I would if I met him in real life. It's real. Yeah, it's real simple.
I think it's great. I mean, I've enjoyed talking to you for, God, how long have we been talking now? Like 2.5 hours?
It's crazy, right? It
I
doesn't
mean,
feel like it.
I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
this is great, man. Like,
Good.
yeah, my team will like it, and we should do it again. Like, this is
Yeah,
cool. I
absolutely.
like this.
Okay, so what do you want to tell? What kind of advice you want to give? Maybe somebody that's new to airsoft, or maybe going to their first mil sim. What kind of advice you want to give them for their very first mil sim? They don't know shit what they're doing, and they're not on team. They're not on team, so they don't have advice yet. What are you gonna tell them?
Don't be intimidated. We don't gatekeep. Most people are friendly. If somebody's being a jerk, he's the 1%. Ignore him. We're welcoming to everybody. And if you see me and you're a new player, come up to me. I will hook you up. I will make sure you get in the action. I'll be right there with you, and we're gonna have a great time.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Yep.
We're gonna push you to the front and make you get shot first, so that we can go rush. Okay? Because you're an FNG, bitch.
This is the way. This is the way.
I promise you, this is what you got to do. Okay, that's how you learn. That's how you learn.
Yeah, I love seeing new players out there. So
yeah, good.
If you're a new player and I'm out at an event, come say hey. I'll give you a patch if I got one. So
give a shout out to your channel. Like, tell people where they can find you online and all your cool stuff.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube at Reaper6 Airsoft, Instagram Reaper6_Airsoft, TikTok same thing, Facebook, and one of my buddies may not like that I'm going to say this right now. I have a website that is this close to being done.
Oh, good.
And I will announce that and the URL for it when it's ready. I have it up on my computer right now. It needs some tweaks, but it'll be there. Good. And that's where all my content's going to be. One-stop shop for everything, and then I'll have patches for sale and all sorts of cool stuff. So, yeah, anybody listening, you want to talk to me, reach out. I'll chat with you. I like meeting new players. So
awesome.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being on tonight. It was great meeting you. Great talking with you.
Same, man. Thanks for having me. This was a blast. Thank you. All right.
Welcome.
Later, man. Have a good night.